Hey, welcome to Angels Live, coming at you from the Big A, and it's presented by Nissan. Let's do it again, hey? How about Game 2 of the season opening 6-game homestand as the Halos continue a 3-game weekend series against the Boston Red Sox? Why not tailgate and have some fun? Hopefully get a W for the youngsters in the audience. And no one's happy about the controversy surrounding Nolan Shanaway. Yeah, we're going to lead this show off with that. We got a lot to talk about. Reid Detmers, he's going to make his home debut after a great 2024 debut in Baltimore. And Erica Weston talked with Logan O'Hoppe after his first career Grand Slam last night here at the Big A. That and much more happens right here, right now on Angels Live. Welcome, everybody, inside the Big A. Ken French alongside Tim Salmon and Mark Gubiza, who failed to give me the memo about the blue suit.
I did tell you. I said, wear a dark suit.
Hey, you guys are just tremendous. Well, listen, I'll tell you what's not tremendous. I want to get something off my chest to kick off this show. So last night, gents, you guys were here, 5th inning, bases loaded walk by Nolan Shanaway. He extended his on-base streak to kick off his MLB career to 36 games. Not so fast. MLB gets involved. And why did they? They go back to March 30th, 6 days ago, guys. They called this hit a no-hit, stopping his streak at 30, third longest to kick off a career in MLB history. He made a great diving stop. He took away a hit, but I'm going to start with you, Tim. Why in the world do they go back 6 days and review that play and take away a hit and take away the young man's streak?
Well, that's everybody's question right now. Why are they doing that? I mean, think about it. This was the official score in Baltimore that gave that play a hit. When have you ever seen a position player go and petition to the league to say, hey, I'm willing to take an error right here so the pitcher doesn't have that run count towards him. Again, and it was a 13-1 game or 13-2 game at the time. So to me, it just doesn't make any sense at all. It almost seems like whoever was making the decision was not aware that Nolan Shanaway had something on the line here.
Yeah.
It wasn't
an
ordinary play, first of all.
Yes.
It was a hit. During the game, I'm sitting there, why are they taking that long not to say it was a hit to begin with? They took a little bit of time and finally said it was a hit. I marked it in my book right away as a hit. I'm keeping it as a hit, by the way. MLB, you got to remember, when you have something like this, it's special. It's all over social media. Everyone's excited about it. A young player like Nolan Shanaway, 36 games, it still should be 36, straight games to start his career. This is a magical moment. You look at the NBA, you think they would take away an assist from LeBron James if he had a triple-double to break a record? No, you're never going to do that. You're never going to see that in the NFL. Why baseball decided on this thing at this moment is still mind-boggling, because the kid has been unbelievable. His eye has been great. He's getting on base. He's trying to help his team win games. It's a great thing for baseball. It's a great thing for baseball. Everyone's talking about it. There's other storylines in baseball, but it's one of the big storylines is Nolan Shanaway continue to get on base.
Tim, have you ever sat in the clubhouse and 6 days later you get a text or an email saying, yeah, they took away a hit 6 days ago? I mean, this is a monumental hit, as Gooby's talking about, but just overall, the philosophy of taking away a hit 6 days ago, it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, usually it's that night they take away my hit. Yeah. They're like, he should have made that play. You know, again, and here's a situation I was thinking about. How many times do you see an infielder dive for a ball, makes a great stop, and then the throw's a little bit off? They never give that play an error. And that's what we're talking about here. The first baseman made a tremendous play getting off the bag to make that play, had to make the throw to a running target from his knees. It just doesn't make sense to me.
And it would have been even a great play, an even greater play, right?
I mean, you're throwing from your knees to make a perfect throw as a pitcher's trying to find the base. He's trying to find the base on this one, too. He hit that ball well. He gets that ball. It's actually by him when he gets that full out from the knee, tries to lead the pitcher who's trying to find the base. See how that baseball, it is by him when he catches that ball. There's absolutely no way on the planet that should ever be ruled an error. And that's coming from a pitcher. I want everything unearned.
So
I want everything unearned.
Here's one more thing. You know, he was trying to help out his pitcher by not giving him a run right there. Well, how about the pitcher catch the ball and help himself out?
Yeah, exactly. But still, even to play for the pitcher, it's a tough one because going over there at that angle, trying to find a base, believe me, it's never easy doing that because you're trying to stretch out to get to the bag. There's no way that's not a hit. No way. No
Tim,
way.
I just texted you before the game and gave you another home run.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, if we're going to do it, why not
Now
just
my
go this?
story's gone.
Yeah, you got 300.
$2.99 is a better story.
Goopy, what do you need? I'll give you whatever you want.
Well, I could use about 100 less earned runs. That'd be nice. Every year.
Well, you know what? I mean, this is something that certainly Angel fans will be talking about for some time. I mean, obviously, we're not happy about it. The players aren't happy about it, man. Everyone's just kind of disgusted. I'm going to say disgusted about this decision by Major League Baseball. I mean, seriously, I mean, you got other things to look at. Don't go back 6 days.
I still don't understand how you send that if you're the Baltimore Orioles in Mountcastle. Yeah. That's the thing. How do you send that? How do you send that and request that hit to be changed to an error?
And how do they not contact the Angels to say,
exactly.
hey, we're considering this? I don't know. It just
Baltimore has a couple pitchers in their booth right there. You got Jim Palmer and Ben McDonald. They'll probably go the same thing. That's a hit. That's a hit. And believe me, we want everything in error, too. They're going to say that's a hit.
Absolutely mind-boggling. All right, let's move on to something positive.
No, let's not move in. Come on. Let's still red.
We disagree.
It's hockey night
Just
here
so
at the
you
ballpark.
know. Yeah, I know we can get Radko Gudas over here to lay out some hits to Major League Baseball. Hey, all right, let's talk about the long ball. How about a homer in 7 straight games? Tim Salmon, not a bad way to kick things off, especially ending things with a Logan O'Hoppe grand slam last night.
Well, it is, and that's when you want, you know, the solo home runs, I mean, they don't necessarily help you a lot, but you're seeing some big home runs, some big clutch home runs. That home run last night was a huge one, but you know, you can't say enough about this club. I like the direction of these home runs. You're seeing a lot of balls that are clearing the fence. Oppo. Anytime you see your hitters hitting the ball oppo, that's telling me everything I need to know about where they're at in their approach and in their swing, and especially at this early stage of the year, that's a great sign.
And a healthy Mike Trout and a healthy Taylor Ward doing those things early, that's such a great sign for this team.
We've seen a number of home runs. You're right, Tim, and Frenchie to center field, and Trout went 473 feet, by the way, to center field. Aaron Hicks right down the right field line on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. So they're letting that baseball get deeper in the zone and trusting their hands and using that barrel and letting the pitcher provide the power to hit it out.
Yep. Trouty and Ward leading the way with 3 each. So a good start for the Angels. We'll talk about Logan O'Hoppe a little bit later in the program, but we're going to talk about Reid Detmers. So, guys, when you start a season the way the Angels did against the Baltimore Orioles, you need a stopper. You need an ace-like performance. And, Gooby, you know Reid Detmers wants to be an ace of the staff someday. If he isn't already, he came in and he pitched like an ace and got things done in Baltimore.
It was huge, too, when you think about how those first 2 games went in Baltimore. You know, Ron Washington has a little gathering. I don't want to say team meeting because it was more of a gathering to say, listen, by the way, we're still in the month of March. So don't worry about where we're at on the schedule. And then Reid Detmers just took that baseball and he attacked the strike zone by using his fastball. When you look at his percentage of fastballs thrown in that game, a little over 60%, no hits allowed, 0 hits allowed, 4 punch-outs, and a whiff percentage of 54.5. You go back to last year, percentage of fastballs thrown for Reid Detmers, about 43%, and not quite the efficiency with it. So he's riding that fastball, that 4-seamer upstairs. That sets up that big curveball from that same plane, the slider and his changeup too, but the fastball sets up all his pitches, Tim. And you know that if you have a pitcher, you have to respect if he's going to use the fastball, especially the high percentage that those secondary pitches get better.
Yeah, I think about Chuck Finley asking the question last year, where did the fastball go all of a sudden? I mean, it's been around the game for 150 years for a purpose. It sets up everything, and the more that you get away from that fastball and you rely on the secondary pitches, you're actually making the hitter's job a little bit easier, because what you're doing is you're saying, hey, I'm going to throw this off-speed pitch 5 or 6 times, and I'm just telling you, the more you throw it, we always said it back in the day, you know, the more you throw it, the more you're going to hang it, and the more you hang it, it's going to cover the middle of the plate. So I love the fact that you're seeing Reid throw more fastballs. I think it was a little bit of a situation, too, talking to Barry and these guys in that Baltimore series. They saw that those hitters were very much teed up on the off-speed pitches. You mentioned it last night, I think, or somebody during the course of the game, that they were hitting a lot of off-speed pitches down, which tells me everything you need to know as a hitter. They're hunting that pitch. So for him to kind of flip the script and go with the fastball was what they needed to do. And it was nice to see that whether it was him or was somebody in the dugout saying, hey, you know what, we need to go with a different game plan midstream here. To me, that's awesome, because, you know, that's one of the things in this game. You know, so much of the time analytics can direct things that you kind of lose sight of what's really happening on the field. And to see that, you know, they're making adjustments during the course of the game, that's a huge sign for me.
The fastball, you can locate all 4 quadrants of the strike zone better than your secondary pitches. You can do a fastball upstairs, east and west, north and south, more consistently. You feel better with that. And then if you could hit those spots, you can throw those secondary pitches, whether it's a slider, curve from Detmers, or even his changeup, and you'll get some odd looks off balance. Hitting is about timing and rhythm. If you can throw that off with the fastball and make them aware of that, then go secondary, you can get some quick outs.
Well, one other thing, too, he started throwing that changeup a little bit more as well, and I think that's going to be the key going forward this season for him. You're going to see that changeup really start being part of his game. And here's the thing. You can say all day long, the metrics on the changeup aren't great. It doesn't have to be, because it's really about what the hitter's eyes see, and it's speeding them up and slowing them down. You've got to mix in that pitch that slows the eyes down, or actually speeds them up, I guess. Fastball, sliders, they're sped up right there, and you got to have something to counter that, and that's that changeup. You're going to start seeing more of that from Reid Detmers.
Gooby, we just got a phone call, MLB line 1. You need to go.
Am I in trouble? I feel like I'm back in school right now.
No, they're going to ask you if you want 100 more wins, I think. So I think you better.
Well, I'll take that and 100 less runs. Other than that, then everything else is good.
Hey, have a good call.
You appreciate it.
So good.
I'm fired up right now.
Blue suit. All right, so let's take our first time out here on the program. When we come back, yes, let's talk the positive. Let's talk about Logan O'Hoppe, first career Grand Slam. He talks with Erica coming at you next.
Across hometowns big and small, we play the game with our own special flavor. Because only here are the best seats in the house, found in lawn chairs and lazy rivers, where future stars hone their craft, where the bat boys are also good boys. And teams have their very own roller coasters, Ferris wheels, and islands. Because only in minor league baseball can you experience the game you know and love like this.
It is here, ladies and gentlemen. The boys of summer are back. Baseball is just seconds away. And a high fly ball to deep right field. Corey Seager, all eyes on him.
He's ready to go. He's aggressive.
Here's a dude that swings 52% of the time on first pitches.
Corey Seager smashes the ball.
The ability to be able to come together and compete every night, that's what it's all about at this point for me.
Corey Seager does it again.
This guy is doing it all. He's hitting bombs all the time.
Brought to you by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Speaking of thrill, how about Logan O'Hoppe last night? Game 1 of a 3-game series between the Angels and Boston Red Sox to open up the 2024 season here at the Big A. How about a thrill, Tim Salmon, in front of a sold-out crowd, going deep. His first career Grand Slam gets it done against Boston.
Well, the timing couldn't have been any better as well. I mean, the Angels offense really came to life that inning, took advantage of a few mistakes. But how about that? 9 years ago, that was the last time you saw an Angel catcher hit a Grand Slam. Chris Iannetta right there back in 2015. So it's been a while. It's nice to see a catcher that can not only play the glove but also swing the bat. And we have one in O'Hoppe. And how about O'Hoppe? He's hitting 450 with like a 1,300 OPS. How long do you think that can last?
He's leading the league right now in average. You got to like it. And he's been on base 15 straight. I mean, so many good things to talk about Logan O'Hoppe. But right now, let's talk about a leather jacket. Let's bring in Erica Weston. Erica Weston, how are you? Good to see you. Looking great in leather. I wish I had the leather on. It's getting chilly out here, but you know what? If anyone should be in leather, it's you, because you talked to Logan O'Hoppe earlier today and talk about a guy that wants to be a leader in this team. I mean, boy, just what a great start for him.
Frenchie, that is one heck of a transition. I'll give you that. That is some A-plus work from you. Yes, what a leader in Logan O'Hoppe. We knew that the moment that he was traded to the Halos in the short time we spent with him in the end of the 2022 season. But an incredible moment in his young career last night for the Halos. We talked about it before I sat down with him this afternoon. The fans were waiting for something to happen. Logan certainly delivered his first career grand slam. He said he felt like his feet never even touched the ground. The fist bump going up in the air. It all seemed to be coming together before the Angels eventually fell just a little bit short. But not only did he display that power, he displayed that leadership behind the plate as well. And that was something we talked about this afternoon. Here's more from Ohapi earlier today.
Yeah, it was a cool moment for sure, obviously being the first, and just trying to hit something hard through the middle of the field and get that run in. Wasn't thinking home run in my head, just trying to hit something hard through the middle, and got a good pitch for it.
Were you guys focusing on being able to capitalize on some of their miscues? That was an interesting inning on their part of it, and just making sure you guys were able to do something about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Before I went up, Wash was saying, he's like, they're letting us back in. We just need the big hit. So, yeah, I mean, obviously looking to close the deal whenever we are in that spot next time. But, yeah, at the time, we definitely made the most of it.
That was another part of the good things we saw last night, you guys battling back a couple of different times. We saw that in spring training. We've seen that already at the start of this regular season. How much is that a conscious decision and a belief amongst this group right now?
Yeah, I said last night, we know that we're capable of that within that room, but it's going to take time for people to see, you know, and yeah, like I said, we're just, that's who we are, and we know who we are, and yeah, just bear with us because we're going to be in much better spots than that.
Something you also said last night as far as the pitching side of things, not able to get that lockdown inning, but you took responsibility, although you were not on the mound. Why is that important for you?
It's everything. It's why I'm back there, and especially with Soriano too. You know, his stuff is so good, and I don't want to put him in any spot to not have success. And yeah, that was a tough one to deal with for sure. So I'm going to polish some things up and study it and understand it, but yeah, it wasn't a good feeling.
Studying is something I know you've been doing a lot of. Wash has already talked a lot about your growth in such a short amount of time. Just this season, for you, how are you seeing it?
Yeah, I'm learning with it always. I don't think I'll ever have it figured out. It's a tough process and definitely a complex one. And when I was in the minor leagues, I knew that in the big leagues it was pretty complicated how things were. And it's a lot of information, but trying to stay in the moment and lean on the people I trust and really try to understand it and learn as much as I can.
So the common theme, we talked about this yesterday. I know you were talking about Nolan Shonowell's on-base streak coming to a close a couple days ago. The individual milestones, Ohapi's first career grand slam. At the end of the day, these kids just want to win. That is all that these things come down to. That was part of Nolan's thoughts, knowing when the on-base streak ended. At the end of the day, all they want to do is come together as a team and win. And speaking of winning, Frenchie, the suit, is it a zoot suit or is it a mobster? I'm not sure, but that is a winning combination for your first show with the Halos in 24.
Well, somebody said I looked like I should be on the Addams Family.
We'll go with that.
Well done, Erica Weston. Good to see you again. Oh my gosh, good stuff. As we let's take another timeout. What do you say? Time to take a timeout. When we do come back, hey, familiar face back in the house, Torrey Hunter. Yeah, he's throwing out the first pitch, but he's got a new role as well. We'll hear from him about what 48's doing with the Halos.
Buy now, ride now at Big Bear Mountain.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
What an exciting time.
Together.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high. There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
We're back!
Before getting on the field,
let me bring up a couple of numbers, too.
Teams get hot, teams get cold.
I check out off base.
This guy, stuff-wise, big-time stuff.
You had your pick.
Off base, only on MLB Network.
to you by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com as the Angels still continuing this homestand to kick things off here, the 2024 season at the Big A, game number 2. Very special guest in attendance. Torii Hunter is in the house. One of the all-time fan favorites, Torii Hunter, 19 seasons, the big leagues, 5 with the Halos, 2 gold gloves with this team, 2-time All-Star, won a Silver Slugger here, Tim Salmon, but just announced today he is a special assistant to Perry Manassian. What will his role be with this team?
Well, it's really just kind of a little bit of a special coach, more of a mentoring role, really doing whatever it is the organization needs you to do. Go around the minor leagues, see the young prospects, help them wherever they're at. It's, talking to Torii, I agree with this. I mean, as a former player, you have such a wealth of knowledge in your head, and it's about passing that torch and being able to, just find the moments in a young player's life when, in the minor leagues or wherever he's at, that you might be able to pass on that little nugget of truth that helps him just really take his game to the next level. I mean, Torii Hunter's awesome. I mean, this guy was the epitome of a teammate, the best teammate you could have. Funny guy, kept the clubhouse loose, gamer. I mean, gamer of gamers. I mean, this guy, you knew that when he stepped in the box, he was going to be prepared for that at bat. So all around, I mean, just a great move for the Angels. It's nice to see guys like that. I mean, we've got Eddie Guardado on the pitching side, Chris Carpenter on the pitching side, Kurt Suzuki's a catching rover. So to see a guy like Torii Hunter that can really, I think, blend, a little bit more of the hitting side to some of these younger hitters out there in the minor leagues, I think is going to be huge for this organization.
What does Torii think about his new role? Well, earlier he spoke with Erica.
Torii, congratulations on the news. Can't keep you away from the Halos, but it's great to have you back. How you feel?
Man, I'm excited to be back, man. When I left the Twins in 2007, I had a team called the Angels come and adopt me. And they took me in and treated me like royalty. The fans were exciting, they were energetic, and I came to play every day, man. And so I was obligated to be here 5 years, and I gave them 5 good years because of just the atmosphere. And so I'm excited to be back, man, give it all back. I struck out a lot. So if I can make some adjustments and strikeouts, then I can tell these guys, look, I failed a lot, but let me tell you my adjustments. And that's what I'm here for, to help those guys, give some of this heal pain back, which is wisdom.
Wisdom is what you bring. So does Ron Washington. I know you guys spent some time on the field earlier today. How is it going to be working alongside of Wash?
Man, you know what? Wash has always been, he was a Minnesota Twin at one point. And I met him when he was with Oakland back in the late 90s, and he was always an advocate of our play, me and Jock Jones and Latrell Hawkins, and he would take us to the side and, and say, hey, man, you guys are good. Keep fighting. Don't worry about the strikeouts you had last night. I had 3 strikeouts one night, and he said, one day you're going to hit the ball and you're going to make contact, and it might be today. And so Wash has always been inspiring, even on the other side, and to come over here and be alongside of him and work for him, I'm excited about it.
We're excited to have the two of you together with the Halos, but before you go full uni tonight, you're going to be throwing out the first pitch. I know Weave was nervous last night. How you feel?
Man, you know what? I'm just going to throw it hard. I don't know how to throw soft. It's going to bounce or it's going to hit. I'm going to throw it over the screen. But tonight, man, Trout is catching the ball. I don't want to hurt him too bad, so I think we need him. And so I'm going to give him a nice push, maybe like 95 on the bump.
No stress. No stress.
Gotta love that smile. Hey, you know what? Torii's going to throw out the first pitch here in a moment, but on the other side, we'll get you closer to Reid Detmers throwing the first pitch.
Corey Seager, all eyes on him. He's ready to go. He's aggressive.
Here's a dude that swings 52% of the time on first pitches.
Corey Seager smashes the ball.
The ability to be able to come together and compete every night, that's what it's all about at this point for me.
Corey Seager does it again.
This guy is doing it all. He's hitting bombs all the time.
It's time for MLB Pitch, Hit, and Run, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Host a local event and give kids in your community a chance to compete in the Pitch, Hit, and Run finals at the 2024 MLB World Series. Sign up for free at pitchhitrun.com.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
He beat the Mariners in his season debut, giving up 1 run over 5 innings and 8 Ks. How do the Angels find success against that guy?
Well, you know, this is a little bit like a Soriano. He's spent a lot of time in the bullpen, and now he's doing some starting pitching. This is a guy that's going to throw you his sinker, sweeper, and his change. But guess what? This winter, he developed a gyro slider. It looks a little bit like a cut slider, little baby slider. That's a new pitch for him. I think the keys to look at are Aaron Hicks in that lineup and Luis Renifo. You got a couple lefties in there that weren't in the game last night.
They're just making stuff up now. Gyro slider? You got to be kidding me. Hey, you know what? The Angels, how about getting a W? Nolan Shanawell, put that behind you. Let's get some more hits tonight. Angels baseball coming at you next.
What you want? Yeah, I got 'em all.
You think Atlanta's point guard is good for 20 tonight?
No question. You hear he got name dropped on that new song? He feeling himself for sure.
Ever since that track drop, he been on fire.
The hook literally says his name 8 times in a row. He might go for 30.
With that much hype, I'd lock it in. But that's just me.
Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Cash in on your sports fandom with Prize Picks.
Corey Seager, all eyes on him. He's ready to go. He's aggressive.
Here's a dude that swings 52% of the time on first pitches.
Corey Seager smashes a ball.
The ability to be able to come together and compete every night. You know, that's what it's all about at this point for me.
Corey Seager does it again.
This guy is doing it all. He's hitting bombs all the time.
It is here, ladies and gentlemen. The boys of summer are back. Baseball is just seconds away.
And a high fly ball to deep right
Kept trying to.
We're back.
Before getting on the field,
Let me bring up a couple of numbers, too.
Teams get hot, teams get cold.
I check out off base.
This guy, stuff-wise, big-time stuff.
You had your pick.
Off Base, only on MLB Network.
Across hometowns big and small, we play the game with our own special flavor. Because only here are the best seats in the house, found in lawn chairs and lazy rivers, where future stars hone their craft, where the bat boys are also good boys. And teams have their very own roller coasters, Ferris wheels, and islands. Because only in minor league baseball can you experience the game you know and love like this.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high.
There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Home of the Angels, Clippers, Ducks, and Kings.
Southern California. Good night to tailgate before Game 2 of this home opening 3-game series brought to you by Kia. It's the Los Angeles Angels against the Boston Red Sox. Good evening, everybody. Alongside Mark Gubas, I'm Wayne Randazzo. And Gubi, it was a pretty frenzied crowd here last night, over 44,000 strong at Angel Stadium, and at times making a lot of noise.
Yeah, Wayne, there was a lot of great energy, especially you're behind in the game, and Logan O'Hoppe with a grand slam tied it up. Red Sox take the lead again. The Angels tied it up again on a hit by Sano. So the energy was there, some booing, some cheering, but you got to love the way the fans got involved in the first home game of the year.
Well, and the biggest hit so far in the young career of Logan O'Hoppe, picking up where he left off last September as he blasted a grand slam last night.
Yeah, you go back to September 1st of last year, 10 home runs. So, you know, that's dominant. They're second in baseball. Slugging percentage is 611, OPS of over 970. And last night, especially when you think about it, you needed your leaders to go out there and perform at the highest level. Looking for that big swing to tie it up. A couple of mistakes in the field by the Red Sox. Logan O'Hoppe made them pay for it. And the energy, him going around the bases in the crowd, and when he get in the dugout, Mike Trout was the first there to be able to greet him in the dugout. That was great to see the young leader of this team and Logan O'Hoppe behind the plate.
Well, Logan O'Hoppe hitting that grand slam last night, back in the lineup today, as O'Hoppe will try to help the Angels offensively and with the starter on the mound tonight. You know, Logan O'Hoppe basically said, well, grand slams are great, but wins are better, and he'll try to get Reid Detmers one tonight.
Yeah, and Reid Detmers coming off a great game last time out there where he threw over 60% of his pitches were fastballs, and when he throws his fastball, those secondary pitches that much better. They gave up just 2 hits in 5 innings, 7 strikeouts, 4 on his fastball, so he had everything working that game. They needed a big performance, and he provided that, being that leader there of that young staff. Reid Detmers had dominant stuff that first time out.
Now, Reid Detmers leaned on his fastball a lot, threw it 60% of the time in that outing against the Orioles. We'll see what he has dialed up tonight for a Boston Red Sox team that hit 5 home runs in the game yesterday as the Red Sox took Game 1 of this home opening 3-game series for the Halos. And it is home sweet home at Angel Stadium as the Angels greeted their fans before the home opener yesterday. Mike Trout will lead the way again tonight for Game 2.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
This is your captain speaking. We'd like to welcome you on board MLB The Show 24. It's a good one. Where gamers can play as their favorite baseball teams, create custom players, and even relive history with some of baseball's greatest legends. Now, we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Can I play? Rated E for everyone.
Corey Seager, all eyes on him. He's ready to go. He's aggressive.
Here's a dude that swings 52% of the time on first pitches.
Corey Seager smashes the ball.
The ability to be able to come together and compete every night. You know, that's what it's all about at this point for me.
Corey Seager does it again.
This guy is doing it all. He's hitting bombs all the time.
to be a leader? That's how you lead. Logan O'Hammer.
Now we taking over the game. Taking over. Yeah, we taking over the game.
Now the Angels ready for their second home game, and Torrey Hunter named today as a special assistant to the GM. He spiked his first pitch.
That's his boy Mike Trout, too, and he picked into for him.
That's unbelievable.
In full uniform.
Torrey Hunter will be down in the dugout with the team tonight. As the Angels once had Torrey Hunter in the number 48 jersey that Reid Detmers has on the mound tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking for Reid Detmers to have that second game in a row in which he's dominant against a very good offense. We saw that offense last night for the Red Sox. Same thing in Baltimore. My go-tos for Reid Detmers to build on that first start against that dangerous Baltimore team is mix up the pitch sequences. We saw last night, Boston, they're sitting on a certain pitch. They can hit a fastball, slider, curve combo for big outs. Last season, you're talking about a dominant performance with those two pitches, especially with that slider and curveball. Mixing speeds on that, but it's all set up with that fastball upstairs.
Now 60% fastball usage for Detmers in his first start, and he will face this Boston Red Sox lineup that punched out 5 home runs yesterday, 2 of them by Tyler O'Neill. Surprisingly, in a 5-homer night, none of them were from Rafael Devers. You see Pablo Reyes starting at shortstop. Trevor Story is on the injured list. The Red Sox are calling it a subluxation of his left shoulder after the MRI revealed that damage. So once again, Boston will be without their star shortstop for a while.
And the defense behind Reid Detmers today brought to you by Easton and Easton. Taylor Ward out in left field. Really turned into a solid left fielder. 4 outfield assists overall in left field, 3 in left field last season. Trout and Centimoniac in right field. Rendon, Neto, Rengifo getting the start at second base. Sean Wall over first base. And Logan O'Hoppe behind the disc. The youngsters, this combination of O'Hoppe and Detmers on the bump today. But Taylor Ward been really, really good, especially because Reid Detmers at time will get fly balls hit the left field, so Ward is be able to cover up, get a lot of that ground.
So ready to get going here tonight. It's a little warmer night for baseball than it was yesterday for the home opener, but clear as can be in Southern California tonight. And the Angels trying to even up this series with the Red Sox, who have won now 6 consecutive games after an 0-2 start. The Angels had won 4 straight until the hiccup last night. Duran, the left-handed batter, stands in against Detmers. And this game begins with strike 1, a 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Reid Detmers.
And another fastball for a strike for Reid Detmers.
Detmers pitching well in that outing against Baltimore last Sunday at Camden Yards. He started the Angels' 4-game winning streak with that performance. And while the Red Sox have been boosted in a lot of ways by Duran, who was not expected to carry much of the offense, but he has to this point, and had a big home run last night.
That was against a 99-mile-an-hour fastball from Jose Soriano. That was impressive where he hit that out center field. So we know how well he runs, showing some power.
Duran out of Cypress High School, same as the Fletcher brothers, and then Long Beach State, where the Red Sox drafted him from there in 2018. So he has a lot of family and friends here. He said all down the right field line were all of his people that were here last night. And he said he'd really had struggled here in the past. In fact, he was 0 for 14 lifetime at Angel Stadium until he hit that home run yesterday. He swings and misses here. Tagged out by O'Hoppe, and Reid Detmers strikes out the opening hitter.
Yeah, he gets him to chase on a slider because he threw a couple good fastballs earlier in that sequence. Sharp break to that, not even really overly close to the zone, but that tells you how important the fastball was. So he sees that harder pitch. That was a harder slider from Reid Detmers. He got him to chase.
Pablo Reyes, a right-handed batter, will stand in. You know, last year Detmers had reverse splits. How do you think he can combat some of that this year?
Be able to throw his fastball enough to show, especially inside, because that'll set that slider going away and even curveball in the outer half. You can't live fastball away, break a ball away, because they can punch that ball to left field. But inside fastball, break a ball to get him out.
He strikes out the left-handed batting Duran to start the game, and now it's Reyes. Big whiff on that, what they called a fastball, but it certainly didn't look like one.
And I think that was his changeup there, or maybe potentially a curveball.
A split finger.
He's a changeup guy. Well, split finger changeup fastball.
Well,
You're all covered now.
He full StatCast with that splitty. 0-2. And Reyes swings and misses for strike 3.
Now that was some fuzz. That's a fastball up there. Staying back, staying balanced, and then fastball up. You look at that last time out when he had 4 punch-outs on his fastball. A lot of those fastballs were elevated above the zone because he could start his curveball in that same plane and then throw that fastball true and stays that good ride upstairs.
96 on the fastball to strike out Reyes, and now a big bending curve with a strike to Devers, who's 0 for 6 lifetime against Detmers.
Yeah, that's the exact same plane. And Devers in the all-deck circles, he's Devers, and he sees that fastball upstairs. He starts that same plane and drops it in with a curveball.
Detmers pumping in strikes, and he's got 2 now on Rafael Devers. Reid Detmers used his fastball often in that last outing against the Orioles.
A whiff percentage on a fastball, that's the thing that's so impressive. 54.5. You usually see that on a breaking ball, not too often on a fastball. No hits allowed with it.
Just missed the top of the zone. It's 1-2. Devers, another 30 homer, 100 RBI year last year. The Silver Slugger in the American League at third base. He is scary in this Red Sox lineup and really isn't a big fear factor up and down the Boston order, despite the fact that they hit 5 home runs and none of them were by Devers yesterday. Tyler O'Neill's off to a great start this year. He homered twice, and he's on deck batting cleanup today. Devers lucky to stay alive.
That was a real good, a little bit slower on the slider. Remember last year at the beginning of the season, he was throwing his slider at 93 miles an hour. And it looked and sounded good, but didn't have that big break to it. Now you're seeing his slider is more conventional one where he's not overthrown it, more break to it.
Detmers in position to strike out the side to start this game. Punched out Jarren Duran, then got Pablo Reyes, and he's ahead of Rafael Devers. Swing and a miss. Reid Detmers strikes out the side of the first. Emphatically punches out Rafael Devers.
This is the history of glasses by Warby Parker. A theory of optics emerges in Egypt. Then for a while, not much happens. With glasses, at least. A millennium later, the first pair is made near the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It had just started leaning. Glasses exist now. People can see, but they're more expensive than they need to be. So we start Warby Parker. We cut out the middleman to design higher quality eyewear for an actually fair price. Shop it at home, in stores, even virtually. It's the 21st century, not medieval Italy. That's the history of glasses and the future. Come see at warbyparker.com.
You done yet? It's 2 a.m. Why are you still scrolling through videos? You're not paying me overtime here. If you really want to see something new, why not change those shades that have been broken for the past 2 years? Let's tap the Thumbtack app, and in a matter of seconds, we'll find a pro to install new shades.
Okay.
With Thumbtack, you can easily find top-rated professionals for every home project.
Thumbtack, the easy way to care for your home.
I was paying for my ex's wine club membership for months before I caught it. After we broke up, I forgot all about it, but my credit card did not. That's why I downloaded Rocket Money, an app that shows you all your subscriptions in one place, and any you don't want, you cancel right in the app. Raise a glass to smarter spending and download Rocket Money today.
We're back!
Before getting on the field,
Let me bring up a couple of numbers, too.
Teams get hot, teams get cold.
I check out off base.
This guy, stuff-wise, big-time stuff.
You had your pick.
Off Base, only on MLB Network.
Brought to you by Irvine Auto Center. Anthony Rendon got his first hit yesterday. Mike Trout bats third tonight. Logan O'Hoppe after his big grand slam yesterday in the 6th hole. And Nolan Shawnuel is batting in the number 2 spot in the order. And Shawnuel has been the victim of a straight-up baseball robbery. We'll explain as Anthony Rendon gets into the batter's box to start it off against Garrett Whitlock, the Boston starting pitcher tonight. And there's strike 1 from Whitlock. If you remember in Baltimore toward the end of the game that the Angels had against the Orioles, Nolan Shawnuel hit a ground ball that Ryan Mountcastle dove for, fielded. As Anthony Rendon lines a base hit the other way. The Angels have their leadoff man on. So let's show you the play. This is it where Shawnuel was extending his on-base streak against Baltimore with this play. Mountcastle dives and from his knees throws to the pitcher as he tries to cover first base. The pitcher drops the ball, Mike Baumann, and it was ruled a base hit, as it should have been.
Yes, and it's not an ordinary play. It's a difficult play, not only to get to that baseball, but to make the throw from your knees and have the pitcher be able to catch it and step on the base. That is a hit. And baseball's been all about kids having fun, let the kids play. Well, here's a kid trying to extend his hitting streak, and he did with a hit taken away by MLB.
That's right. 6 days later, it was ruled an error. Rendon is running. The pitch is a strike. Throw to second is in time.
I take a look at that one.
Review. Rendon with a head-first dive.
He's staying there.
Throw.
I'll tell you, I'd take a look at that one.
Yeah, I will think the Angels will certainly take a look. We'll see if they offer a replay review.
That's so close. It's going to be tough to overthrow there. I mean, it's right on the money. The tag was right on the shoulder, even though it's a bobble.
And the tag by Reyes was applied as he caught the ball, and that's really, there was no tag motion. Rendon slid into the tag, so he's out. And now Shawnuel, it's a bouncing ball, backhanded by Casas, who gets the out at first, as Nolan Shawnuel had that on-base streak taken by a scoring change. And in Major League Baseball, where there is negative story after negative story, scandal after scandal, a fiasco in Oakland, you have these ridiculous-looking jerseys. You have the MLBPA challenging the league about the pitch clock today because of constant pitcher injuries, and yet, not to mention your global superstar is embroiled in a betting scandal. But on top of all of that, you have a young player trying to make a name for himself who has come up and reached base safely in every single game that he has played, and the league allows this scoring change to go on to end his streak, kill this story, a positive story that's happening in Major League Baseball. It is an absurdity.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about all the positivity from all over the social media world, how it impressed everybody to start your career. He was this in college last year. He was still playing in college baseball at this point. And then to have that taken away on a base hit. It was a base hit.
It was a clear hit. It wasn't even really a borderline call. It was a clear base hit.
Yeah, like I said in the pregame show, the NBA doesn't take an assist away from LeBron James. He's got a triple-double and he's trying to add on that record. It just doesn't happen.
That scoring change panel, which does include a former major leaguer, is the one that overturned this call over the last couple of days, and that scoring change panel is overseen by one of three former major leaguers, either Rajay Davis, Gregor Blanco, or Dan Otero. So one of them looked at this video and said, yeah, we should change that to an error, and that's just ridiculous. Not to mention what was at stake for Shawnuel, which he was battling this streak and trying to continue it to the point where he was going to get a major league record out of it. He was 11 away from Alvin Davis.
And again, go back to an ordinary play. That is not an ordinary play. You have to dive. That baseball was by Mountcastle, and Baltimore decided to challenge that one.
Mike Trout takes ball 4. So yet another case where Major League Baseball gets in its own way and fails to promote a young player that is making a positive contribution to the sport. So Trout gets on with a 2-out walk, and Taylor Ward will be the batter as the Angels try to strike first against Garrett Whitlock.
Whitlock so far in his career, 16 stolen bases, 8 caught.
Down the right field line. This one might drop, and it does, but foul.
It's one pickoff, and Rendon really had a great jump on that. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Trout. Trout has mentioned that he's thinking about a 2020 season this year, 20 stolen bases. He's got 1 already.
We'll see if Mike will want to run here. Already one man thrown out trying to steal. Anthony Rendon caught on a perfect throw by Connor Wong. Rendon actually had a pretty good jump, and
yeah, real good jump.
If he didn't just dive right into the tag as the ball was coming, he would have made it.
Wong has thrown out 21% of would-be base stealers in his career.
Ball 1 to Taylor Ward, who had a 5-game RBI streak come to an end yesterday. Tied for the longest of his career, driven in a run in 5 consecutive games until how it went down yesterday for Ward.
Whitlock throws a lot of secondary pitches.
And there's one of them to strike out Taylor Ward.
With Home Chef, home cooking is so simple, you go from step 1 to done with practically no fuss. And now, you get easy, stress-free meals with our family menu. These delicious 4-serving meals with family-friendly flavors take the stress out of mealtime with easy prep and easy cleanup. Simply prep, cook, and enjoy with the whole family. Delicious meets simple. Get 18 free meals today at homechef.com.
It's all about putting in the work. I prepare the same way for the long haul. Tono gives you all those stats to be able to say, how can I continue to get better? And it starts to challenge you like, okay, you've done this, but now let's challenge you. Let's do this now. It's all about just training your mind, training your body, training your spirit to be as great as you can. Tono, be your strongest.
Dog.
Dog?
Remember, Dad, we've got Greenlight Infinity. You can see my location in real time, so you know I'm safe.
When I was your age, it wasn't that easy.
Does anyone have a quarter so I can tell my mom I'm safe? Anyone?
Bring your family into the financial future.
Inning, just to continue the thought, the on-base streak that is no more for Nolan Schanuel. You go back to the day of that game in Baltimore. Schanuel wasn't even worried about the ruling. He told me after that he was just in shock that Ryan Mountcastle got to the ball in the first place. He said he made a great play. Fast forward to today, hearing the news about the ruling, Nolan told me before the game it's disappointing, but it's time to move on. He said, I've got bigger goals to win more games. I've always focused on the team, so that's the #1 priority. Ron Washington also added earlier today he didn't think it was right, but they're the decision makers. He would like to see the streak continue, but what's more important, they're just trying to win some ball games. He thought it was a knock too. The first baseman dove for it, the pitcher on the move, and he didn't connect with the pitcher properly. So he thought it was a hit, but nevertheless, they're just focusing on moving forward and winning ball games.
And that's ultimately the goal for this ball club, and there'll be a lot more positive stories coming out of this franchise if they can do just that.
And you love that, that quality leadership already. Even though he's fairly quiet, Nolan Schanuel, you know he's all about winning, and that's all it's about. You got to move forward right away and start something special again.
Ball 3 to Tyler O'Neill. Had a special night here yesterday. Spoiled the Angels' home opener with his 2 home runs. O'Neill's always had power. He got some MVP votes back in 2021. He had a breakout year for the Cardinals and a huge September that season. He really fell out of favor in St. Louis last year. He fouls this one off just to our right.
Uke over there, man. Euclid would have had that ball.
Is he still wearing his beret over there, Kevin Youkilis?
He's ready to make the play.
Got his hat on?
Yes.
All right. I'll make sure he's protected in that Red Sox TV booth next to the great Dave O'Brien on Nesson. 3-2. Fouled straight back. I heard a great story about Kevin Youkilis in the 2011 All-Star game in Arizona. The American League manager was Ron Washington. It was after the Texas Rangers' first American League championship. And Uke said that Wash gathered the American League All-Stars around the room and figured a nice rah-rah speech was coming. There's ball 4 to Tyler O'Neill. Kind of got the opposite. Ron Washington said, well, you guys are all-stars this year, and if you're not back here next year in the All-Star game, it's your own fault.
Well, it is true. Tell Tyler O'Neill's really seeing the baseball extremely well. He did not go out of the zone at all and chase.
Ball 1 to Bobby Dahlbeck, who is the DH.
And a Hyundai key for the game today going the Offspring OC band. Gonna go far, kid. A lot of kids in this game, especially when you got Detmers throwing the Logan O'Hoppe. It's short, and then over first base, the kid's gonna go far.
A ball, 1 strike on Dahlbeck, who feels like might be just a kid himself. He's had some opportunities at the big league level, but ultimately hasn't cashed in. 28 years old now. Former 4th-round pick. He's always a big prospect coming through the minor leagues, showing a lot of power. He's 0 for 6 to start this year. Swings through the good fastball from Detmers.
A lot of life on his fastball again, getting those swing and misses on the heater tonight. Last year, Detmers got 11 ground ball double plays turned behind him. And last game out, had a high ground ball percentage too at 60%. Usually he's around 37 for his career. I'm gonna say that looked like a pretty good pitch.
And it's in there for strike 3, so Dahlbeck does punch out, and all 4 outs so far from Detmers are strikeouts.
I think that's a changeup. Yep. Splitting the fingers for his changeup. It's confusing. Statcast, he puts it down as a fastball. Well, technically, it's you call it sometimes a split finger fastball, but it's more he turns that changeup over.
Swing and a miss by Casas, who had a home run yesterday.
They are aggressive on fastballs.
I wonder if that's just how they're going about things offensively, or if this is part of the game plan against the Angels specifically, because the Angels pitchers have been throwing a lot of fastballs. But you're right, we're seeing a lot of aggressive swings here from Red Sox batters over the entire game yesterday and the first inning or 2 today.
It's so odd because their pitching staff doesn't throw a lot of fastballs.
No balls and a strike on Casas. He's very late on that one.
He tied him up too. That's what we're talking about. You just got to be able to show the fastball. You got to be able to go at least on the inner half at times, because then you can get him to go after a slider or curveball off the plate away.
So no balls, 2 strikes. And there's ball 1 to Casas. Reid Detmers has the strikeout pitch working early on here.
I think that was the right pitch. He just overthrew that one just a little bit. Wasn't close enough to get a chase, especially after a really good fastball the one before.
Detmers has had a couple of 12 strikeout games in his career. He already has 4 through an inning and a third tonight.
That's a pretty good take. That was a good sharp slider. It's a little harder one at 88. He's been 85, 88 so far in this game, varying the speeds on his slider.
That one just missed the outside corner.
Hoppy, I think, wanted that fastball inside. Just pulled across his body, although it was still firm at 95. It pulled across the body and pulled it off the plate.
Ball is shot foul by Casas.
Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. That strikeout he had work at 7 of them, 4 seamers, 4 of them. You see where he threw that 4-seamer upstairs. 2 on his curveball and 1 slider.
It's full count now on Casas, and Detmers with a throw to first. And for a lefty, doesn't have as many throws over as other left-handers do.
Yeah, 4 career pickoffs. I mean, I love when you get a chance to look at that StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud, where those pitches were and how he got chases by Baltimore after their 2 really solid games offensively last time out for Detmers.
Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Detmers. His 5th as he gets Casas to chase.
And that on a curveball. Saw the last time 2 strikeouts on his curveball. He's got his curveball going. That break fastball early in the sequence. Train those eyes to look upstairs, and then gets a chase on a curveball below the zone.
So Reid Detmers, who struck out the side in the first inning for the first time in his career tonight, he's also fanned 2 more here in the second. And now Cedar Rafaela is the batter.
Still amazing. He's thrown a no-hitter in his career and also an immaculate inning in his career.
Did so in the same season, which had hardly ever been done in baseball history. So Reid Detmers has incredible stuff.
Only 3 times, and one of them was Sandy Koufax.
Yeah, kind of an eclectic list with Koufax, Mike Fiers, and Reid Detmers. The stuff is certainly there to put his name on any sort of list. He's got 8 swings and misses already, 6 on the fastball alone as he gets a strike on Rafaela there. With Story out, they say that Rafaela could play a little bit of shortstop. He's been in center field. He's a good outfielder, but the Red Sox have some options in the outfield and fewer on the infield. For Cedon Chipper Rafaela, his middle name is Chipper. His mom was a Braves fan, and he's from Curacao. His mom liked the Braves because they had Andrew Jones.
Yes. Great player, Andrew Jones.
A borderline Hall of Fame. Yeah. There's Trevor Story back from his MRI, which revealed a left shoulder subluxation.
Well, you just want to see him back. As a baseball fan, you want to see him at shortstop for the Red Sox.
Jam sandwich and a pop-up as Shotwell chases and can't reach it. It's off the netting. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's a curveball right down the middle for strike 3.
And he knew it too.
Reid Detmers is locked in. He has 6 strikeouts through the first 2 innings.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high. There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
This is your captain speaking. We'd like to welcome you on board MLB The Show 24. It's a good one. Where gamers can play as their favorite baseball teams, create custom players, and even relive history with some of baseball's greatest legends. Now, we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Can I play? Rated E for everyone.
Intentional Talk, where baseball players reveal their biggest secrets.
I played trombone. I guess that could be a secret. You gotta go long though, Kevin. It's the long one.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're right. Sorry.
Intentional Talk on MLB Network.
Home half of the second. A lot of kids here at the ballpark tonight. I would submit to you that this is the most family-friendly ballpark in all of baseball.
Yeah, it was great seeing all the Girl Scouts down on the field today, too.
Aaron Hicks leads off here in the bottom of the second inning. Aaron Hicks spent some time at Angel Stadium in his life. He grew up in Long Beach, although he was more concerned about golf than baseball as a kid. And he married into golf royalty. Cheyenne Woods is Hicks's wife. She has her own professional golf career and also is the niece of Tiger Woods. So Aaron Hicks really took golf seriously, married into it. There's a little chip shot foul.
His dad was out playing golf at an early age.
Yeah, his dad was a minor league baseball player. And Aaron Hicks actually got interested in baseball by finding his dad's old memorabilia. Really didn't even know anything about his father's pro baseball career. And kind of said, hey, you know, what's this all about? And learned the way. Ended up playing in the Urban Youth Academy as a kid in Compton, and he is a graduate of that academy to get all the way to the major leagues, as several have from the Urban Youth Academy. Oh, Porter couldn't play the carom.
Bo doesn't know caroms.
Well, maybe that one. I wouldn't go saying that to the other one, you know.
No. I learned my lesson.
3 balls, 2 strikes on Aaron Hicks. It's in there, strike 3. It was a borderline call, and home plate umpire Dan Bellino gives it to the pitcher, so Hicks strikes out.
Yeah, that looked like it might have just touched that lower part of the strike zone. Just pretty nasty pitch. Especially when you're looking away and not anticipating something in there. A little cutter just touches the lower part of the strike zone.
One out. Here's O'Hoppe, who had the grand slam in last night's game. A game-tying shot to straightaway center field. 4 runs home on that one swing, and the Angels were down 5-1, made it 5-5.
Already has a home run, a triple, and a double this year. Along with 6 RBI and a batting average of .450.
Which is the best in the American League right now, .450.
It's going to Joe Mauer.
Yeah. Well, that'll help get you in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Joe Bauer will be making his induction speech in Cooperstown this summer with Adrian Beltre and Todd Helton and Jimmy Leland. There's a strike at the bottom of the zone.
I'm not so sure that was a strike, but the cutter against Aaron Hicks was. He doesn't throw his 4-seam fastball anymore. It's all sinkers.
Hit hard as it is knocked down by Reyes. Has no play, and Logan O'Hoppe has a base hit.
I've seen a lot of baseballs in that direction. Trevor Story made a great play against them up the middle, and then eventually got a hit almost the exact same spot. Right back up the middle again here. Reyes almost got to that one. Would have been interesting. He spun around and threw that.
And you have to wonder if Story does make that play. Reyes getting the start at shortstop tonight. So now 16 straight games that O'Hoppe has reached base. Hopefully Rajay Davis will leave that one alone, and O'Hoppe can keep that streak going. Mike Napoli was the last Angels catcher to have 16 straight games reaching base safely. Luis Rengifo has hit safely in each of his last 17 starts, and he's starting at second base tonight. Behind here, no balls and 2 strikes. By the way, I did get confirmation before the game today that this is an all Italian-American umpiring crew. We knew Bellino, the home plate umpire, Italian, Cuzzi at first, obviously. Randazzo at second base, and at third, Alex Tosi. He is Italian. I found out before the game.
You know what, Wayne? Now I think I'll be able to sleep well tonight with a day game tomorrow.
Hey, you know what? When there's an all-Hungarian umpiring crew, I don't want to hear it from you.
If that ever happens, I may run down and shake all their hands in the middle of the game.
No balls and 2 strikes on Rengifo. Ball hit well to right, but straight at the right fielder Tyler O'Neill, a former Gold Glover, and there are 2 away.
Yeah, 2 times in 20 and 21. He's got 16 career outfield assists. He's a solid outfielder with a good throwing arm. This field of frustration, you want to see Mickey Moniak do some damage to a baseball, and usually that is on a first pitch if you get that in the zone.
Ball 1 to Moniak.
He was brought in. He had a chance yesterday. The suicide squeeze put on the first pitch, popped it up, and then a couple fastballs upstairs and a strikeout.
Moniak had somewhat of a breakout year last year. He takes ball 2, 14 home runs, showed some power, and he was emotional before the game yesterday, talking to Erica Weston on the red carpet about what it's kind of been like for Mickey Moniak as the former #1 overall pick to fight through some of the murky parts of his career and make an opening day roster, be a big part of this Angels group for 2024. See what he had done as a Philly before coming to the Angels. Had some injury issues over the years. Certainly didn't get on the right side of Phillies fans as Moniak looks at a strike, but he's come here with a good attitude, a willingness to improve, and he had a pretty strong season last year offensively and defensively.
brought back 3 home runs besides hitting 14.
The Angels led the majors in home run robberies last year.
3-2 count. Ron Washington. Donnie Washington wanted to see Tim Laker. They want to see him a little more patient to play. At least now seeing at least 6 pitches here.
There's ball 4, and Moniak does draw a walk.
Wasn't a whole lot of them last year, so a patient bat. They go out of the zone, then chase a changeup down.
He walked 9 times all of last season. That's his 2nd already this year.
Whitlock has a really good changeup. He's about 31% changeup usage. Overall, just 28% sink as far as his fastball usage.
So here's Zach Neto had some big hits on the road trip in Miami. The Angels would like to see one here from the number 9 hitter in their order. Good crowd is filled in here tonight at Angel Stadium as Neto whiffs on the off-speed pitch from Whitlock. Kind of redundant to say that Whitlock is throwing an off-speed pitch. He has really bought in and kind of was the fabric for what the Red Sox are preaching from their new pitching coach Andrew Bailey this year, lessening the number of fastballs.
72% non-fastballs, and the cutters kind of falls in my opinion, that category of a fastball variety, but still.
See Whitlock's fastball percentage last year compared to this season so far. It's early. This is only the 2nd outing for Whitlock, 2nd time through the order, through the rotation for the Red Sox. We'll have Tanner Houck pitch tomorrow. Whitlock making the rotation, getting some help from the fact that Lucas Giolito started the year injured and will continue to be for the entirety of this season.
When you watch the delivery between Whitlock and what we saw last night from Crawford, it is completely different. The arm action, the stride to the plate.
1 ball, 2 strikes. As Neto hits it hard, Reyes gets to it, flips to 2nd in time to get Moniak, and that ends the inning.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high. There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
What an exciting time.
Together.
Detmers has struck out 6 already through the first 2 innings tonight.
And using all his pitches to get those swing and misses. Able to throw his slider at varying speeds from 88 to 85. Fastball, upper zone at 96. It's a good fastball hitting team, and then his slider painting the corner and his curveball. 2 strikeouts on the curveball, 1 swinging, 1 looking. That's a pretty good separation in pitches.
Connor Wong starts the 3rd with a base hit. That's the first one against Detmers. Wong trying for second base. Taylor Ward's throw is not in time, as Connor Wong ends up getting an extra base. Leadoff double here in the 3rd.
Well, was a fastball he was able to hit. With the left center field, aggressive. That's a catcher running really well out of the batter's box. His first extra base hit. So he's now with the man on second to lead off. That's when you're looking and hoping that if you continue that strikeout performance for Detmers, you want to keep him at second and get that out.
Number 9 batter is Enmanuel Valdez as he swings and misses. Valdez playing second base. The Red Sox used 12 different second basemen last year. They were hoping Vaughn Grissom would bring some stability to that position. He may eventually, but he's on the IL right now. Grissom traded to Boston in the offseason when Chris Sale was moved to Atlanta, as the Braves ended up dealing one of their better prospects, at least on paper, in Vaughn Grissom.
When you think about the Braves now, that's a big pickup, and you need an arm like that now. Yeah. Spencer Strider. Good news with him.
We'll talk more a little bit later about all the pitching injuries this year, but just today alone, bad news for Shane Bieber, who needs Tommy John surgery, Jonathan Loaizaga from the Yankees, and Strider. Strider was making a bid to be perhaps the #1 pitcher in all of baseball. He had been that good over the last couple of seasons, and the Braves don't have any answers right now about the longevity of Strider's injury, but it doesn't sound good.
Fastball up and in usually means you're trying to set up going down and away here.
Grounded to first, that'll move the runner over. Shonowell takes it to the bag as Wong goes to third.
He went with a slow curveball to get him out in front, but it allowed him, I think, better chance of making contact on that one as compared to the hard slider, but still an out. So he goes fastball up and in, especially with 2 strikes. Just to make sure he's aware that he'll go inside, which I think is a good idea, to make sure you show that to a lefty, and then that curveball down, but it was just at a speed where he could try to just make contact. It was a really good at bat by Valdez, getting the job done, advancing infield in now for the Halos.
It's Jaron Duran, who struck out his first time. Check swing and a foul on the first pitch here. So Detmers, who struck out 6 in the first 2 innings, now could use a strikeout with a man on third and 1 away.
It's always tough too with a guy with the speed that Duran has at the plate. You have the infield in. So when a ground ball's in an infield, if you look runner back to third with that speed going down the line, that forces a quicker throw than normal. So it's not an easy play for an infielder now in if the runner at third, Wong, does not go home.
Detmers looking for the punch out with a man on third ahead of Duran. Slash to left, Taylor Ward comes in and won't get it. So Jaron Duran, the local kid who had his first big moment at Angel Stadium in his career yesterday, has an RBI single to start the scoring tonight.
Slider, it was just up enough just to punch it in. That's just a good approach. He's just trying to make contact. Now, if it's down, I don't think he's making contact, but it was about knee high to thigh high. He's able to punch it in left field.
So Barry Enright goes to the mound to chat with Detmers and the Angels infield here, and we'll take a ride with Hyundai.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson with America's best warranty.
So it felt like Reid Detmers back-to-back batters, especially when he's already got 6 strikeouts in the game. You felt he had him exactly where he wanted. He didn't quite get the pitches where he needed to get a swing and miss. He did get the ground out and the curveball to Valdez, although that got a little more of the plate, and that slider right there, a little more of the plate than he wanted to, especially 0-2, but it's tough to do that really nasty one on the bounce it when a man on third.
Pablo Reyes, the batter, struck out his first time. Now the runner picked between first and second. Shonowell's throw is in time. Duran caught stealing.
And you know that's the conversation in that dugout with Boston in the clubhouse, going through a scouting report that Reid Detmers has been susceptible to a stolen base. There, a quick throw over the first base. That was definitely a quick conversation. That's something they worked on a lot with the left-handed pitchers on this staff all camp long.
Defensive out from the pitching staff. Ron Washington was impressed by the fact that the pitchers were out there taking infield practice at 6:37 in the morning with the rest of the infield group in Tempe.
I'm telling you, that is big for Reid Detmers, because it definitely was something he had to think about a lot. As a left-handed pitcher, you don't even think most times base runners are going to be aggressive against him, but they have been. And now that'll get around baseball that he had a pick off and a nice move like that to stop that running game against him.
2 balls, 1 strike on Pablo Reyes. Somewhat of a spark plug for the Red Sox offensively last year. Filled in quite a bit with Trevor Story missing most of last season and now out again. Reyes hit .287 for the Red Sox last year. Kind of a utility player in his previous stops with Pittsburgh and Milwaukee.
Still good life. Fastball for Reid Detmers. Another swing and miss on a fastball.
Reyes had a big moment last year when he had a walk-off grand slam against the Kansas City Royals. That's in there. Strike 3 called. Reid Detmers gets another punch out. He's fan 7, but the Red Sox take the lead. It's 1-0.
Across hometowns big and small, we play the game with our own special flavor. Because only here are the best seats in the house, found in lawn chairs and lazy rivers, where future stars hone their craft, where the bat boys are also good boys. And teams have their very own roller coasters, Ferris wheels, and islands. Because only in minor league baseball can you experience the game you know and love like this.
It is here, ladies and gentlemen. The boys of summer are back. Baseball is just seconds away. And a high fly ball to deep right field.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high.
There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Last night for the home opener, and they roared when Anthony Rendon had his infield hit, his first hit of the season. Our Carl's Cam replay showing Rendon's hustle in that moment.
Yeah, second fastest since joining the Angels down the line at 28.3 feet per second. Getting that first hit.
And he has a base hit tonight as well as he looks at strike 1 from Garrett Whitlock.
Sometimes a hit like that can get going. Just watching him in batting practice, he was hitting line drive after line drive from left center, right center. He got a line drive base hit. His first at bat, the right.
He's engaged. You know, he comes out before batting practice every day and gets his part of the Washington drills done. Goes out with Ryan Goins and fields his ground balls, gets the smaller glove on or the pancake glove on, and goes through those drills that Ron Washington likes to see from his infielders. He's trying to do his part to be a part of this team, and so far healthy to begin this season.
Yeah, Ron Washington has a lot of energy, but Ryan Goins, call him Go-Go. He's always on the move. He's helping out every day. He's working on those infield drills with Wash.
You see Ryan Goins out there sweating and panting before a game, and yeah, you wonder if he put in that much work when he was a player in the major leagues, how hard he's working every day.
It is unbelievable every day.
Sweat dripping from him. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Rendon.
Good at bat working here for Rendon, fouling all some tough pitches. Walk and a hit yesterday.
Anthony Rendon, former first-round pick out of Rice University. Houston native. I was at a game once where Anthony Rendon hit 3 home runs and drove in 10 against the New York Mets.
That's a good month, isn't it?
He just wouldn't stop. That's what Ron Washington said he expects at some point from Rendon, that instead of asking when he's going to start hitting, maybe that started last night, you're going to be asking when's he going to stop. He takes strike 3 at the bottom of the zone, so Rendon, hoping he had worked a walk, instead strikes out looking.
And we're going back to the different deliveries from last night from Cutter Crawford. His extension, 6.2 feet. That's 211th in baseball here. Whitlock, why so impressive, 7.6 feet, second longest as far as the extension on the delivery. That means that baseball is coming out of his hand that much closer to the plate. You know, 60 feet, 6 inches from the pitching rubber to home plate. Garrett Weaver was in our booth last night. He was another pitcher. Even when his fastball was declining as far as velocity, he had that extension where it still appeared that it was still a firm, hard fastball. Now, Crawford last night, he had good deception in his delivery. That's a pretty good spot there.
I haven't seen the high strike called as much as Dan Bellino has favored the low strike today. 2 balls, 1 strike on Shonowell. And there's ball 3.
And the stride he gets, pushes off the pitching rubber. And how far out he gets as far as when he gets to release that baseball, you're talking about 53 feet away or so. So that baseball's on you a little bit quicker. Especially when you're trying to read spin. And he throws a lot of secondary pitches between his slider, curve, changeup, cutter. And the gyro slider, more of a sweeper he'll throw.
That's hit hard and caught by a diving Tristan Casas. Good play by Casas on a well-struck line drive.
Pretty quick reactions to make that play. He's in that prep step. You're a youngster watching at home. You see infielders doing this so well where you're there, getting ready. You see the pitch being thrown, so you're on your toes, that prep step, and ready to react and make a play.
Here's Mike Trout, who walked his first time. Trout has a homer in his career against Garrett Whitlock as he takes strike 1 with a sweeper.
I'll tell you, he'd take that pitch again, Trout. I think baseball can go a long way.
Yeah, that was similar. He fouled it off. Trout closing in on another of Tim Salmon's records, the most walks in Angels history.
So the top 2 are fishes that walk?
In most things in Angels history. Sometimes Garrett Anderson sneaks in to those top categories as Trout whiffs on the fastball. Garrett Whitlock has his first 1-2-3 inning.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high.
There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
Across hometowns big and small, we play the game with our own special flavor. Because only here are the best seats in the house, found in lawn chairs and lazy rivers. Where future stars hone their craft. Where the bat boys are also good boys. And teams have their very own roller coasters, Ferris wheels, and islands. Because only in minor league baseball can you experience the game you know and love like this.
Star Wars weekend begins at the Big A Friday, April 26th with a post-game light show featuring 800 drones. Visit angels.com/promotions for more info on our Star Wars weekend. Who would you say is your favorite Star Wars character? I kind of think for you, Chewbacca would be.
I was going to do that. I was going to make the noise. I said, nah, maybe I better not.
Yeah. Rafael Devers leading off the fourth inning against Detmers and kind of broke his bat, but put one in a good spot in right center field. Leadoff man on for the Red Sox. So Tyler O'Neill stands in after a big night yesterday. And for more, here's Erica Weston.
He muscled up on the Halos with a pair of home runs last night. The physique, the muscles you see in his form, well, it all runs in the family because this is his dad, Terry, who was named Mr. Canada back in 1975. That's given to the country's best bodybuilder. So it all runs in the family with the physique, but his body did start to break down after that years of heavy weightlifting. He's experimented with plant-based diets when he was with the Cardinals in St. Louis, but he's dialed it back in the weight room. But he says, you live and you learn. It's my identity. Have to be in the gym because, of course, he gets it from his dad, Terry.
He still looks like a tank, so I don't know what kind of backing off he's done with regard to the gym, because Tyler O'Neill is still strong. He's fast and can do some damage at the plate, as he did for a lot of days as a Cardinal.
He has incredible bat speed.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And he runs really well.
He's a good outfielder. He has good arm. He just seemed to have an issue in the Cardinals clubhouse last year with Oliver Marmol. There was that one play early last season as O'Neill tried to remove me from this booth.
Yeah, that was coming up there quickly for you, Wayne.
It was.
He heard you talking about him. He said, well, yeah, hey, mind, I'm right here.
All good things.
He said a couple baseballs already up here in this general area.
Still 1 ball,
to swing and miss right now to keep us safe.
Yes, please save us, Reid. And there was that play early last season where O'Neill was thought, at least from the Cardinal standpoint, that he was thought to have not been running as hard as he should have been on a play at the plate where he ultimately got thrown out, and kind of began the souring of a relationship between the Cardinals and Tyler O'Neill.
Well, he takes a healthy hack, though.
He's a talented guy, and the Red Sox are happy to have him. We'll see how it works out for him in Boston. So far, so good. He hasn't even played a game at Fenway yet.
Still amazing they haven't played a home game yet.
Tuesday will be their first. They'll have the Orioles at Fenway Park, and then the Angels next weekend.
That's a strike.
Low. Wow.
That's been called all night long.
Yeah, it sure has. Dan Bellino's been calling those low strikes.
That's frustrating, too, because that's a strike. Good changeup again.
And that one is in there, strike 3. So Dan Bellino, that might have been a makeup call. He hasn't really called the high strike tonight, but he has called the low strike. Reversed it there as O'Neill goes down looking.
I think that did touch the zone, though. But, yeah, he has not called that high strike. Yeah, it's touching that upper part of the strike zone. A lot of power at the plate here now. You got to be careful first pitch against Dahlbeck.
8 strikeouts for Detmers as Dahlbeck whiffs on the curve. And if you can land that first pitch curve to the opposite side hitter, that's usually going to be a good first pitch result.
Especially when he was geared up for a fastball there too. You could tell by that swing he had on the first pitch.
Dahlbeck wore out lefties last year. Didn't hit righties at all. And he whiffs on that changeup. So Detmers ahead 2 strikes on Dahlbeck.
That's a great changeup there. Turn that over well after a curveball in. Used to be in baseball, you didn't throw a changeup after a slow curveball too often because it's basically similar speeds. But that one's going east to west in the lower zone.
1 ball and 2 strikes. So on the video board, Dahlbeck learned guitar during the COVID shutdown in a few months watching Jimi Hendrix on YouTube. That seems impossible.
He was one of the all-time greats, if not all-time.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Dahlbeck. Tapper toward the left side. Neto grabs it on the run and gets it to first to retire Dahlbeck. 2 outs.
I really like that from Zach Neto. Again, working on these things, coming in on the baseball, under control on the throw. You know how good he is to the backhand, but coming in on the baseball and then quick on the transfer. Under control, the body under control. And always that good, strong throwing arm. Getting better and better.
Here's Casas, who struck out his first time, and on second now with 2 down. I feel like if I tried to learn guitar off YouTube, I'd have the strings wrapped around my head by the end of the day.
Always learn Smoke on the Water. That's the one.
That's the one?
Yeah, three strings. That's always the one you learn with.
Okay. You know how to play?
My brother told me that one.
Do you know how to play it?
Well, I can play that one. That's about it.
No balls, 2 strikes.
I bought a Stratocaster when I was in Boston a number of years ago. Really cool, but it still looks good because I've done a whole lot of playing with it.
2 outs with Devers at second base. Detmers has struck out 8 so far. He got Casas earlier. And another strikeout for Reid. Detmers, number 9 in 4 innings of work. Now needs the offense to get rolling.
It takes about 200 steps to make a pair of Tecovas boots. But the steps that matter most are the ones you'll take in yours. With comfort for long days and style for big nights. Any place worth going to is worth going in good boots. So no matter where you're headed, don't go gently. Find your pair at tecovas.com.
The salty air, the golden light. Reflections of who you were, who you are, and who you're becoming. Luxury meets performance. Peter Millar.
So that's how they're so productive. They use Fiverr. Look how quickly they find freelancers. So simple.
Yeah, but why are they working in the dark?
Grow your business easily with freelancers. Fiverr.
Look at all those snacks. You must be a king.
I did just pay 60% less for my ticket with the Game Time app. It's the best place to get last-minute deals on tickets. I guess I'm just a better fan than you.
I gotta get the Game Time app.
Download the Game Time app to get great deals on last-minute tickets.
This is Fubo. It's a better way to watch ESPN and other top sports networks. Plus, get coverage of your local teams all year long. Try free at FuboTV.com.
Home Depot doer for tonight's game is Taylor Ward, who's been getting it done, barreling up the baseball so far this year.
Some good companies with there. There's a lot of power and some strength in those swings there with Taylor Ward.
Well, Luis Robert going on the IL today. Eloy Jimenez yesterday. The White Sox are a grade A mess right now.
Yep.
Michael Garcia on that list. He is having a breakout year for the Royals. Ward had to duck that breaking ball.
And you always think that, you know, go back to last year, that's a backup breaking ball, but he's turned his head the right way. He has that flap there to be able to protect the jaw. Last year did not have that on. He normally always wore it, but didn't have it on at that moment.
3 balls, no strikes on Ward, leading off here in the 4th. And there's strike 1 on the outside corner.
He slings that fastball into that sinker.
It's a foul ball. They like Whitlock. They gave him some money a few years ago. They signed him to a 4-year contract extension. It wasn't big money, but at least by baseball player standards, by my standards, it was humongous money. They gave him $19 million over 4 years. There's ball 4 to Taylor Ward. Leadoff man on as Aaron Hicks will be the batter. I saw Aaron talking to Willie Reid earlier today. A hockey legend, as Willie was the first black hockey player. He broke hockey's color barrier with the Boston Bruins in 1958. Became the first hockey player to receive a congressional gold medal in 2022. And Willie, 88 years young, in the house tonight.
Yeah, it was such a good moment, especially when he got a chance to take a picture with Mike Trout. He was so excited about that.
Aaron Hicks fouls off the first pitch.
So cool to get a chance to talk to him today. Also, it's always a smile, loves to talk hockey. Was he asking Mike Trout, you a big hockey fan? And he said, well, it's a little bit, of course, you know, it being he played on the Bruins, and of course, try to say he was a Flyer fan, so that probably didn't help.
This ball will stay in play. Casas makes the catch. I saw Trout talking pucks down there earlier with Willie Reid as he made a visit to Angel Stadium tonight. Here's Logan O'Hoppe, had a base hit his first time. Has 10 hits in his first 21 at bats this year. That grand slam last night. First Angels catcher to hit one in many years. Chris Iannetta in 2015, the last Angel catcher to have had a grand slam. Angels could use a big hit here. They've only had 2 hits against Whitlock. We talked about the Red Sox starting pitchers and how they had been throwing strikes over the first 7 games they played. Only 3 walks issued by Red Sox starters in the first 7 games. But last night there was 3 walks from the starter Cutter Crawford yesterday, and now 3 walks issued by Whitlock tonight. So the control has not quite been there for the Boston starters in this series the way it had been.
And when he throws his sinker, if he drops his wrist at all, it runs in on the right-handed batters. He walked Taylor Ward with that, now even up the count on a 1-1 pitch with his sinker.
There's a high fly ball to right center field. This one hit well. O'Neill is back. He's in front of the wall, and he makes the catch on the warning track. So Hoppe trying to go oppo. Flies out to deep right center field, and there's 2 down.
The way O'Neill went back on that baseball, kind of tricked Taylor Ward. He thought that was getting over his head. The way he's reacted to it. He got there just right at the warning track. Just looking for that big hit in this game, but just missed that one, Logan O'Hoppe. Rengifo's got the power to give the Angels the lead, though.
Strike 1 on a cutter from Whitlock. Rengifo lined out, hit the ball sharply his first time, but right at Tyler O'Neill in right field. Rengifo had a tremendous second half last year after a slow start to last season. Trying to dump this ball to shallow center field, and it works. A base hit. Big turn at second base, but Ward holds there.
It's a good decision by Taylor Ward.
So Rengifo with a bloop hit. The Angels have this inning continue.
Cutter upstairs has fought it off strong enough to get it into the outfield. Rafaela charged that well. Good decision to stay close enough to that base, give Moniak a chance.
Moniak looking for that first hit of the year.
Rengifo off to a solid start himself.
Angels want to see 6 consistent months from Luis Rengifo. And so far, a nice start, although he has not played a whole lot. Moniak fouls off the first pitch.
So he can play a number of different positions in the infield. Just like Miguel Sano could play third and first base along with DH. So they got some versatility in their extra players with Rengifo and Sano.
Moniak rolls over another. No balls, 2 strikes.
Usually when you throw a lot of breaking balls, that's your comfort zone when a man in scoring position. So far he's thrown 2 of them to Moniak. I always think as a hitter in RBI spots, you know exactly what pitchers' go-to pitches are, and you don't go away from that, especially because you don't want to make a mistake on your 3rd or 4th pitch. So we've seen a lot of breaking balls, sweeper. That's a changeup. You know, in your mind, you're thinking as a hitter that he might try to sneak a fastball upstairs. You still try to react to it because this sinker, it's going to be a flat movement on it. You can still get the barrel to it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Moniak stays alive. Garrett Whitlock approaching 80 pitches. So the Red Sox get a long outing out of him. He worked 5 innings in his first start. Had 8 strikeouts in that one. He's fanned 4 tonight. He's kept the Angels off the board, at least to this point. Base hit could change that in a 1-0 game. It's 2-2. Neto's on deck if the inning continues.
And the last time Neto batted with the bases loaded down in Miami, just missed hitting his first career grand slam.
Ripped a 2-run double in that one. Good battle here as Moniak fouls off another.
Working that count has been some long at bats, especially Anthony Rendon has seen quite a few pitches too, and a lot of pitches here to Moniak. The 81 pitches from him. Likely with this pitch count now for Whitlock, you're looking at probably 5 innings pitched if he can get through this inning.
Red Sox had to use a lot of their bullpen last night late in the game, including Chris Martin and Kenley Jansen. And Moniak fouls off another, so this will be a 10-pitch at bat at least. Already 7 foul balls in this at bat for Mickey Moniak. What was your thought as a pitcher as pitch number 10, 11, 12 unfolded?
I hated it. There was a negative thought automatically started getting into my mind. I made a lot of good pitches and I haven't been able to get them out. I feel I'm going to make a mistake at some point. I preferred action by the 2nd or 3rd pitch, to be honest with you, Wayne. I mean, when you get to 10, 11, 12, I just know in my mind I'm going to make a mistake. I just know I'm going to make a mistake.
Hit hard on the ground. It is handled by a diving Valdez, who gets the out at first. Angels threaten but don't score in the 4th, still down 1.
Through HIMSS, hundreds of thousands of men have gotten help for their ED. That's a lot more confidence for you and satisfaction for your partner. At HIMSS.com, you can connect with a licensed medical provider who can personalize treatment from a range of options for as little as $2 a dose. If prescribed, treatment ships right to you. The process is 100% online and 100% discreet. Treat ED with doctor-trusted medication. Get started today at HIMSS.com.
With Home Chef, home cooking is so simple, you go from step 1 to done with practically no fuss. And now, you get easy, stress-free meals with our family menu. These delicious 4-serving meals with family-friendly flavors take the stress out of mealtime with easy prep and easy cleanup. Simply prep, cook, and enjoy with the whole family. Delicious meets simple. Get 18 free meals today at homechef.com.
Are you going higher or lower? With Underdog Fantasy's Pick'em game, that's the only choice you have to make. It's easy, it's fun, and it's the best way to put more sweat in watching your favorite team. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com to get started.
Finished my chores. Ready for my allowance.
Greenlight is way better than how I got paid for chores. Mowing all those lawns really paid off. That was not radical.
Bring your family into the financial future.
Back on my feet, got on my scared, they can't take the heat. I just get down like I'm on the beat. Run them around, they came for defeat. They just some clowns, they looking so weak. I am just bound to pin on the sleep. I gotta drive, yeah, I gotta drive like I'm in a ride and cruising the street. I am a beast at home on the road. Every day, you know I'm on go. I do not play when I'm on the
Reid Detmers has fanned 9 through 4 innings and a strike to Cedar Rafaela.
And the impressive thing is this 68th pitch with 9 strikeouts. That's impressive. Usually when you have that many, that's another really good changeup too.
His career high strikeouts 12. He's done it twice. Once last year against Minnesota. Could get to double digits right here with an 0-2 pitch. Fouls that one into the press area to our right. Everybody intact?
Yes.
Well, good.
They're still looking for that baseball in there.
What, it disappeared? 9 strikeouts for Detmers. He's been relatively efficient with his pitch count, considering how many Ks he has.
Yeah. 6 0-2 counts. 12 first pitch strikes to the 16 batter's face. That's 75%.
And there's strikeout number 10 for Reid Detmers.
Another punch out on a changeup. See how far out in front he is. You have to respect 94, 95. And then a changeup, that same exact arm angle and same tempo.
So one out, here's Connor Wong. He doubled in the 3rd, which led to the only run of this game. Eventually he scored on a base hit by Jarren Duran. Red Sox have a 1-0 lead. Garrett Whitlock has bent but hasn't broken through 4 innings. And Detmers at times has been dominant here tonight. He has punched out 10 Red Sox in 4 1/3 innings.
He didn't get a whole lot of run support last year either. He's looking to be able to get through this inning and get some of that run support. You got to get through this inning first.
It's 3-0 on Wong, the number 8 batter, and Manuel Valdez on deck. And last year, Detmers had some of the lowest run support in the American League. 6th lowest, averaging just over 4 runs of support per 9 innings. There's a strike. It was actually worse than that. The Angels scored a bunch of runs in his last start of the year, which raised him from 3rd lowest to 6th. Connor Wong is basically what's left out of the Mookie Betts trade. Swings through that high fastball to make it 3-2.
Well, that tells you as a pitcher, when you're swinging a foul, he likes the fastball up. That was well above the strike zone. The pitch he took before on the 3-0 count was a fastball upstairs, so you knew that's the pitch he likes to swing at. He just wasn't given the green light on a 3-0.
Full count on Connor Wong. A fly ball hit to left center field. Got it toward the end of the bat, so it hangs up, and Taylor Ward brings it down.
Let's take a look at our Frontier Play Sense, the pop time for Logan O'Hoppe, how quick he got rid of this baseball. Fastest of his career, 1.89 seconds. That's popped him out quick to catch and transfer and throw. And an 83.3 mile an hour throw to second. Rolled initially out at second, overruled. barely got the hand in there. That was an impressive throw, and how quick that pop time was.
Interestingly, pop times around the league are a lot faster this year. Catchers are being more cognizant of the stolen base because of how rampant it was last year. And Logan O'Hoppe was ready to throw a dart and did all he could to nab that base runner yesterday. Angels have only given up a couple of steals, only even a few stolen base attempts against the Angels so far.
That's been a huge improvement. Go, wow, that's a sharp break to that curve. Fastball up and then drop that 74-mile-an-hour curve. That's 20-mile-an-hour differential between a 94 fastball, the pitch before that curveball at 74.
Tried it again, but missed. Remember, he had Cedric Mullins dancing out of the way of one in Baltimore. 3 balls and a strike on Valdez. Detmers with 10 strikeouts has reached double digits for the 4th time in his career. He's 2 off his career high. Fly ball center field. That's the guy you want hitting long fly balls. Not a lot of power from Valdez as Trout makes the catch to end a 1-2-3 inning.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
What an exciting time. Stand up,
Together.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high.
There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
We're back!
Before getting on the field,
Let me bring up a couple of numbers, too.
Teams get hot, teams get cold.
I check out off base.
This guy's stuff-wise, big-time stuff.
You had your pick.
Off Base, only on MLB Network.
On Bally Sports, brought to you by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. By Spectrum, get Spectrum Internet, mobile, and TV. Visit Spectrum.com for details. Now, Torrey Hunter might have spiked the first pitch and scared Mike Trout, but it is great to have Torrey Hunter as part of the Angels organization again.
Was Mike Trout working on those Ron Washington drills going through that throw?
It might have been. Here's Zach Neto leading off the 5th.
You know, we've seen Joe Adell and Mickey Moniak working on those.
Well, Torrey Hunter named an special assistant to the general manager today, Perry Manassian, and
that is a great pickup and decision by the Angels to bring Torrey Hunter back.
Well, he wants to be involved in the game a bit more. He has a lot of outside baseball projects. What is it, barbecue restaurants?
No, it's barbecue restaurants. They're doing extremely well down in Texas.
So Torrey Hunter has some other things happening outside the game, but certainly wants to be involved. And now Zach Neto trying to get the offense involved. Leads off the bottom of the 5th with a solid base hit to left.
Stayed on this one right here. A changeup, elevated, thigh high, turned on it. Got it by between short and third. Now you have some options now if you're Ron Washington. You got a guy at the plate that handles the bat extremely well, and Anthony Rendon could hit the ball the other way, and you got Neto at first with good speed. You got a straight steal or a hit and run, or a run and hit.
I almost feel like if the count gets in Rendon's favor here, it's an automatic hit and run with Neto at first and Rendon at the plate.
Rendon has seen a lot of pitches tonight. He's seen a lot of pitches throughout this year. 4.85 pitches per plate appearances, so he's been seeing pitches.
The Angels hope he can do some damage with them as he takes ball 1.
Wong did a nice job of keeping that in front.
Torrey Hunter joins a crew of former big leaguers as Angels special assistants. Kurt Suzuki, who has been with the ball club and played for the Angels. Eddie Guardado, a long time.
Eddie's awesome too. But the pitchers love him.
And that's called
that's off the plate on that one.
And former Cy Young winner Chris Carpenter.
Yep. It's invaluable to have that kind of success in your organization, so guys, young players, veteran players, can have those conversations with these great players.
Neto draws a throw. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Rendon as the Angels look to get on the board. 90 pitches thrown by Whitlock. Greg Weissert, who we saw face one batter last night, it was Trout with the bases loaded, warming up right now in the Boston bullpen. Just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And hold your breath after that one. The pitch before was called a strike. Still feel that there could be some movement here. Usually when you think of Zach Neto, when he's going, he has that hop where he goes, almost like Anthony Volpe with the Yankees does. You get a little more momentum going, a little hop, and then they go. He's kind of flat-footed here now.
2 balls, 2 strikes. There goes Neto. Rendon with a bouncer. That is a foul ball. Crowd got into a little Blink 182 sing-along there after that last foul ball.
It's going to be a big crowd here. I heard it was supposed to be a sellout here again.
Yeah, looks like it. About the same type of crowd here as yesterday when it was 44,714 on opening night. Here, opening night part 2. With a sellout again here at Angel Stadium. 2-2. Rendon hits it hard toward right center. Rafaela got a good jump and makes the catch.
Hit well, had some carry to it.
Rafaela was all over that from the time the bat met the ball.
It's good to see, you know, when you think about exit velocity of late for Anthony Rendon, that was just about 101 miles per hour off the bat.
Meeting on the mound. I would imagine with Shonowell batting here and Weissert up in the bullpen that this might be the last batter for Whitlock with Trout on deck. Opponents have hit .364 against Whitlock the 3rd time around. So we saw Rendon hit one pretty hard the first time on this 3rd trip through. I would imagine they don't want Whitlock to face Trout a 3rd time.
Think about the pitches thrown. About 20 pitches that Anthony Rendon has seen. And a good swing he had on that one, and his free at bats against him. That's why that pitch count is up so high. And the more pitches everyone has been able to see, and look at numbers, less effective he is the 3rd time through. You're thinking about, okay, do you want to send Neto here? You have a left-handed bat, so you got the first baseman Casas holding him, so you have a little bit of a hole between 1st and 2nd, and you have Trout waiting on deck. Unless you feel 100%, I think that you could steal.
Neto is running. Throw down by Connor Wong in time.
That's pretty close to be able to blocking that base there at 2nd too.
Well, the umpire has to call that. You can't review that. And the Angels are going to check
that one.
I will say, just judging by Ray Montgomery's body language, they weren't terribly confident about it, but let's see.
Well, he's got his hand in for sure. No, he keeps it on there, definitely.
He's safe.
There's no question. This should be fairly quick.
I agree. That should be a stolen base. It was Tony Randazzo umpiring 2nd base. Must have had something in his eye.
That's what it was.
That had to be it.
I mean, that hand is definitely in there. That tag's on the back. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of umpires in the stands here saying the same thing.
After review, the ruling on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Los Angeles will retain its challenge.
A steal for Zach Neto.
It's a great throwing arm behind the plate, too. a 4th stolen base for the Halos this season. 2nd attempt tonight. He's had 2 really good throws already.
There's a strike. Last year, Connor Wong caught 18 runners trying to steal. That was 4th most in the American League. On the back door, a strike. 2-2 on Shonowell.
Now you want to try to stay still out at second base if you're Neto, especially with 2 strikes. Easier throw for Wong to third base, and it was interesting after the inning. We've noticed that he throws to third base. Most catchers will throw to finish off the pitches to throw to second.
He's want to waste the bullets, I guess. And that just misses to Shonowell. It's 3-2. Trout is on deck. Whitlock's about to throw his 100th pitch, so he almost certainly will not be around for the next at bat with Mike Trout in the on deck circle. That is fouled at home plate. Shonowell just got a piece to stay alive.
The high slider, that's a tough one too. You see it well. A lot of times you pop that up. It's barely made contact with. He was trying to punch that ball to left field.
Wong just couldn't hold on to it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And there's ball 4. So Shonowell draws a walk. And the table is set for Mike Trout. Alex Cora didn't even let Shonowell get to first base. Yeah, he sprints to the mound.
Flying out there.
I thought Alex Cora looked like he was breaking up a double play.
He could turn him. I know that as an infielder.
So Garrett Whitlock will head to the locker room. Red Sox get into their bullpen with Trout coming up.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high.
There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge! Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
It is here, ladies and gentlemen. The boys of summer are back. Baseball is just seconds away.
And a high fly ball to deep right field.
Baseball and Valley Sports brought to you by Hyundai. It's your journey on every mile in the brand new Hyundai. By Jack in the Box, your new favorite burger is waiting for you, the Smash Jack. Try it at Jack in the Box today. And by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. Alex Cora. Do we have a StatCast sprint speed on this pitching change? I mean, he almost tripped over Shonowell. Mike Trout at the plate. That's why Alex Cora was in a hurry. Greg Weissert got him out yesterday. Now Trout with 2 on bats and takes ball 1.
And even though Trout dismissed that, I felt yesterday, he's going to see pitches, especially downstairs, and sliders, a lot of off speed, which plays into the Trout with 3 home runs versus non-fastballs this year.
2 on with Trout at the plate. And there's a rocket toward left. Moving over for it is Duran. He dives and makes the catch. The Cypress High School alum, Jaron Duran, with an all-out dive to rob Mike Trout of a big base hit.
And a lot of times as an outfielder, you're going to freeze because you hear the sound off the bat. That's a gutsy play, too. If it gets by him, 2 runs are going to score. But that speed, they made a lot of really good plays defensively already in this game today. Last night, a little different. Tonight, big improvement defensively.
The Red Sox outfield should be a lot more improved with O'Neill added to that. Duran's really a center fielder. Rafaela is even better than him out there usually. Rafaela had that drop catch last night. Here's Taylor Ward. Frisbee in there for a strike from Weiser. Weiser got Trout to fly out yesterday with the bases loaded. Ward walked his last time. It's this ball in the air to right field, and it hangs for O'Neill. So again, the Angels get men on, but don't score.
It's time for MLB Pitch, Hit, and Run, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Host a local event and give kids in your community a chance to compete in the Pitch, Hit, and Run finals at the 2024 MLB World Series. Sign up for free at pitchhitrun.com.
It is here, ladies and gentlemen. The boys of summer are back.
Baseball is just seconds away. And a high fly ball to deep right field.
Corey Seager, all eyes on him.
He's ready to go. He's aggressive. Here's a dude that swings 52% of the time on first pitches.
Corey Seager smashes a ball.
The ability to be able to come together and compete every night. You know, that's what it's all about at this point for me.
Corey Seager does it again.
This guy is doing it all.
He's hitting bombs all the time.
April 27th with a Mandalorian Rally Monkey giveaway to the first 25,000 fans. And look at that little guy. Visit angels.com/promotions for more info on Star Wars weekend.
This becomes a real big inning for Reid Detmers and the Angels after missed an opportunity to tie or take the lead. Now the top of the order for the Red Sox.
Swing and a miss by Duran, who made a nice catch on a ball that Mike Trout was bidding for a base hit on. If that would have fallen in, probably would have tied the game, and if it had gotten by Duran, who knows what could have happened.
Simber's up in the bullpen for the Angels.
Detmers at 85 pitches. He has struck out 10 in this game.
That's 17 punch-outs in 10 innings so far this year for Reid Detmers.
This is the type of step the Angels were hoping Reid Detmers could take, and really all of these starting pitchers that the Angels have, most of them younger, most of them under the age of 30, with the exception of Tyler Anderson. Now's the time for these guys to be moving forward in their careers. There's strikeout number 11 as Duran couldn't reach it. Go back to last August. That's when Detmers started to turn the corner, our Kia player profile.
And ERA solid. Opponent's batting average is .210 at 7th best. Opponent's OPS .602. That is really impressive. On base plus slugging.
.602 OPS basically would be, for a qualifying hitter, one of the worst in baseball. So Reid Detmers has made the entire league look like a bottom tier offensive player for the last several starts dating back to last year. Reyes swings through that. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Throwing a lot of strikes tonight. He's got ahead of the count 0-2 6 times already.
11 strikeouts, ties the most.
7 so far.
Ties the most by a major league pitcher this year. And he's 1 strike away from a dozen.
Another really good off-speed pitch. His changeup and curveball have been excellent. This good arm speed on this. See how far out in front he is on his changeup.
Shane Bieber, Corbin Burns, and Bobby Miller, the others that have reached 11 strikeouts in a game this year. Detmers adds his name to that. Now on 1-2. Reyes lucky to get a piece.
His college mate in Louisville, Bobby Miller. Yep.
Well, a couple of guys with pretty good stuff. Friday and Saturday in the ACC must have been a real pain.
Yeah, you were tapping out. I go, I'm good. I'll get my bats and hits the next series.
2 balls, 2 strikes. There it is, strikeout number 12 for Reid Detmers. He ties a career high.
Another strikeout on a different pitch. That's a curveball. He's had a couple, or at least 3 strikeouts on his curveball. He's on his changeup. He's had it on his slider. He's had it on his fastball. I don't see that too often where a pitcher getting this many strikeouts using and with all 4 pitches to be able to get punch outs tonight. It hasn't been this one dominant pitch. It's been all 4.
That is the most strikeouts in a game by any pitcher so far this year. Now the Detmers has 12, tying his career high. And he's done it with 93 pitches.
Very, very impressive.
Trying to get through 6. He's only allowed 1 run. Detmers with a, or rather Devers with a fly ball to center field. Trout has it. Reid Detmers with an outstanding outing tonight. 12 strikeouts, ties a career high. 6 innings of 1-run ball at the Big A.
Across hometowns big and small, we play the game with our own special flavor. Because only here are the best seats in the house. Found in lawn chairs and lazy rivers. Where future stars hone their craft. Where the bat boys are also good boys. And teams have their very own roller coasters, Ferris wheels, and islands. Because only in minor league baseball can you experience the game you know and love like this.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high.
There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
We're back!
Before getting on the field,
Let me bring up a couple of numbers, too.
Teams get hot, teams get cold.
I check out off base.
This guy, stuff-wise, big-time stuff.
You had your pick.
Off Base, only on MLB Network.
Reid Detmers met with a big hug in the dugout from the manager Ron Washington. You know, for as much as Wash gets behind infield play and loves good defense, he really gives those pitchers big hugs when they come off after a great outing.
Yes, he does. He does. He understands how important they are to the success, and he's been successful everywhere. Tied a career high as far as strikeouts.
Our Toyota player of the game, Reid Detmers.
He's that good. He's looking how good he was.
Yeah.
His iPad, he goes, yeah, it was good.
Fantastic performance. Well, you would have done that if you had an iPad in the dugout in 1984.
You might not have wanted to have an iPad in the dugout when I pitched. No. I don't think it would have lasted.
On this date, April 6, 1984, 40 years ago, your major league debut.
Yeah, just a few years ago.
It's a big deal. Happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you.
I asked Max for some video of your debut, and he just laughed at me. He said they didn't have cameras in the Stone Age. It was really rude of Max to say that.
It was.
Just passing it on.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. He gave up 1 run in that game, but ended up getting a loss in that one.
Oh.
Purple eye 11 got me.
Angels are hoping that doesn't happen to Reid Detmers tonight. He was outstanding. Aaron Hicks leading off here in the 6th. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes against Greg Weissert, who is from New York. He went to Fordham University in the Bronx, ended up with the Yankees. And they traded him to the Red Sox.
Then Scully went, right?
Yes.
Fordham.
Fordham. A lot of guys went to Fordham. Vince Scully, one of the great announcers to come out of Fordham University, and certainly the best to ever do this job that we have, broadcasting baseball. Michael Kay went to Fordham too, the Yankees TV announcer.
See ya.
Yeah. So that a few times for Aaron Hicks over the years, the former Yankee. A career high 27 homers one year in the Bronx. So Michael Kay was delivering that message on behalf of Aaron Hicks many times that year. Dives out of the way for ball 3.
He's not afraid to pitch inside to left-handed batters here too, whether it's his fastball or that's slider sweeper inside. It's room that left side of the infield, even making contact at all, rolls it down there. It's going to be a hit.
Swing and a miss. It was that pitch a few times that Hicks had laid off, but he couldn't lay it off there. So strike 3. Our T-Mobile coverage cam. Well, yesterday the Red Sox defense let them down in the later innings of the game. 2 errors opened up the door for O'Hoppe's grand slam. But tonight the Red Sox defense has been bailing out their pitching staff.
And they've been excellent. Some great range, especially spots where the Angels could have scored some runs.
There is O'Hoppe, who had the game-tying grand slam in the 6th inning yesterday. 1 for 2 in this game with a base hit. Red Sox with all those errors last year. And they made 3 in the game yesterday. Only Oakland was a worse defensive team last year, and so far this season as well. The A's have made twice as many errors as the Red Sox, and Boston's second in the major leagues right now in that category.
That's a pretty good pitch, especially after the first pitch looked like it might have been out of the zone, call the strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes on O'Hoppe. Now 2-2.
Trying to help out his battery mate here.
Angels have had 8 at-bats in this game with 7 or more pitches. They have certainly made the Red Sox work. They just haven't been able to come through with the men in scoring position. The Angels have had men on base in almost every inning.
That's a good pitch right there to drive. He just missed that. You see that reaction too. So he got away with that.
Two balls and 2 strikes. That ball is ripped but foul. Angels have seen more pitches per plate appearance than any other team in the major league so far.
4.2 pitches per plate appearance. A lot of foul balls today.
And no runs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. High pop up. It's Detmers and Reyes, and it's the 3rd baseman who makes the play. Normally you see the shortstop handle that, but Rafael Detmers makes the catch.
With the veteran over that on that play.
Yeah, a young veteran at least. You know, Detmers has been around. He's still only 27. Actually is younger than Pablo Reyes, despite all of his experience at this level. There's another stumbling play, and Valdez couldn't get the throw off. It was backed up by the catcher Connor Wong as Valdez tried to make it work after his diving, stumbling attempt, but it's a base hit for Rengifo.
Always aggressive on the first pitch. So it's a pretty good range, but unable to get that good enough grip to be able to get a good throw over to first base with a little bit of a stumble.
So the batter is Moniak. As Renifo's at first.
Well, that was a good decision by Renifo not to think about going and making a turn at all, because Wong was right there to back him up. That's one of those plays too. If he does make any kind of step towards second base, he was going to throw right to first base.
Two balls, no strikes. Count in Moniak's favor. Moniak with 14 homers last year, a career high. And a big cut, but it's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Another sinker. You don't see a lot of four-seam fastballs from Red Sox pitching.
Big lead at first. Renifo's running. Pitches a strike, throw to second, a good one in time to get Renifo. So the Angels, who have
look at that one too.
They've tried 3 times to steal tonight. They've all been close plays. And Ray Montgomery on the phone. They will review, so we'll see.
He likes calling people out at second, that's for sure. That hand is in. That hand is in again.
Well, second place umpire, he lost his name here. I don't know. I don't remember his name.
No.
Do you? I don't have it.
Yeah, I forgot already. That
Los
hand
Angeles
is in there.
Challenging the out call at second base. The previous play is under review.
Well, anyway, I don't know what that guy's problem is, but the Angels have stolen 1 base after replay review, and they're about to steal another.
I usually get concerned about these ones. You wonder if they're going to go with that call stands again. I mean, he's bringing everybody up. Yeah,
it's clear. Ron Washington clapping after looking at the video board, which is in HD here at Angel Stadium, so getting a good look. It is close.
His hand's in though. His hand is in. I still feel that there's a chance you can see a call stands here because he called him out, especially when they take long enough.
Well, here we go.
After review, the ruling on the field is overturned. The runner is safe.
Wow.
Los Angeles will retain its challenge.
So that's twice. A stolen base has been reviewed and overturned in the Angels' favor tonight.
What's that last name again?
Second base umpire. I don't know how to pronounce it.
The second base umpire. Always a good umpire, though.
Number 11. There he is, Tony Randazzo.
He is a very, very good umpire.
The Red Sox will discuss some strategy here, and we'll take a bite out of Jack in the Box Smash Jack.
You're looking at my new Smash Jack. 1 bite and you'll have a new favorite burger.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Enjoy the Smash Jack while we can. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Moniak. Tying run now at second.
Wait, another long at bat.
The Angels have seen over 5 pitches per plate appearance tonight.
Well, if you're a lot of people in the stands, they're getting a lot of souvenirs, a lot of foul balls in the stands.
They've had a lot of traffic on the bases. They just have not gotten on the board here. Still down 1-0. It's still 2 balls, 2 strikes on Moniak, who has a walk and a ground out. He was robbed of a base hit with a man on second his last time. And Manuel Valdez made a diving stop to keep the Angels off the board. Jarren Duran has a diving catch to keep the Angels off the board tonight. Still a ways to go, only the 6th inning. There's ball 3 to Moniak.
Already has a walk in this game.
Zach Neto is on deck. Ball 4. Moniak walks again. That's twice today.
Twice. He had 9 walks all season long last year. It's coming out. Looks like got some action down there now too. A lot of pitches thrown, and now score come flying out again.
Isaiah Campbell was getting loose, so Weiser will come out. The Red Sox change pitchers with 2 on.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high.
There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
It is here, ladies and gentlemen. The boys of summer are back. Baseball is just seconds away.
And a high fly ball to deep right field. Baseball and Valley Sports brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover moments that inspire. And by Pechanga Resort Casino. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga, conveniently located right off the I-15 in Temecula. Reid Detmers fan 12, tying his career high. And now these kids would like to jump up and down over a base hit. As the Angels try to get on the board tonight. They've had so many opportunities, but now Zach Neto will try to cash in on one against Isaiah Campbell, the former Mariner.
So far, he's been really, really good out of the bullpen. Sox, cutter, 2 4-seam fastball, slider. A lot of cutters and sliders, though.
Here's Neto, who has a base hit. The Angels have had 5 hits. They've had 5 walks as well. Neto with a ground ball. Reyes to his left, scoops it, shovels too late. Now trying to score is Rengifo. He goes back to third, and he'll make it safely.
Nice job to stop, especially with dealing with all those hamstring issues for Rengifo, to be able to stop and go back. They're checking it themselves here. Good hustle, speed by Moniak. Stop and redirect. Little bit of a bobble. Able to beat it out.
And give Neto a base hit. Moniak beats the play at second, and now they're loaded with Anthony Rendon at the plate. He's had a base hit, he has struck out, and he has lined out. He takes ball 1. Between Moniak and Rendon tonight, the 2 of them have seen a combined 45 pitches in this game. Moniak's drawn 2 walks for just the 2nd time in his big league career. Did it one time as a Philly 2 years ago. There's strike 1 to Rendon.
See a lot of cutters and sliders.
Good speed on the bases. Rengifo at third, Moniak at second base, Neto at first. Swing and a miss.
Well, there's just a ton of room in that left center, even in the infield.
Reyes is all the way in the hole. He's been playing there at times tonight. The middle of the field is wide open on the left side.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Anthony Rendon.
Seen a lot of sliders already in this sequence, and another at least 5-pitch at bat for Rendon.
In a past life, he was an RBI machine with the Washington Nationals. Has a chance to drive in at least a couple here with a base hit. On 2-2, Rendon. It's a bouncer to third. Devers backs up and misplays it into left field. It scores 2. Rengifo comes home. So does Moniak. And the Angels take the lead on a mishap at third base.
Well, their defense has been outstanding tonight, preventing runs of scoring, but not on that one for Devers. He let that baseball, the old saying, let the baseball play him, and it cost him. He goes back on that, let that one extra hop. Results in 2 runs scored. Good hustling there by Neto to go all the way over to third, especially when you have a pitcher on the mound that throws a lot of sliders and cutters. A pitch in the dirt could bring home another run.
Well, you can see that indecisiveness eating up Rafael Devers. Rendon puts it in play, gets 2 runs home. And the Angels get Reid Detmers off the hook. In fact, Detmers now in line for the win.
Yes, deserves to be in line for the win as well, how well he threw tonight.
Now Shanoel with a chance to extend the lead. All of this started with 2 outs on Rengifo's base hit. Moniak walked, Neto with a base hit.
It's been really some solid at-bats tonight, even though just 2 runs scored, and that was the benefit of a mistake made by Devers over at third base, but they've had some long at-bats and eventually got to come through with one of those.
Angels haven't hit a ball out of the infield really in this inning. And the 2 hits were infield hits. Now the error by the third baseman.
Well, we had Angels in the outfield as one of our keys or one of our gates. Now let's go Angels in the infield here now.
All 3 to Shanoel, and Trout's on deck.
I think you got to take here with Trout on deck.
And he takes ball 4, and here comes Trout with the bags full.
Trout with great numbers on the first pitch put in play throughout his career. He's got an OPS of 1203.
Ball 1. 6 walks issued by Red Sox pitching tonight. It was an error that gave up the first 2 runs to the Angels. Now Trout can unpack it. And he sends one deep to left center field, but it moves over Duran, who comes in to make the catch. Off the end of the bat, Trout flies out, but Rafael Devers boots one. And the Angels get 2 runs off the glove of Devers to take a 2-1 lead.
You think Atlanta's point guard is good for 20 tonight?
No question. You hear he got name dropped on that new song. He feeling himself for sure.
Ever since that track drop, he been on fire.
The hook literally says his name 8 times in a row. He might go for 30.
With that much hype, I'd lock it in. But that's just me.
Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Cash in on your sports fandom with Prize Picks.
Grand Canyon University, an affordable private Christian university, is one of the largest and fastest growing universities in the country, offering more than 270 programs online. In addition to federal grants and aid, GCU's online students received nearly $130 million in institutional scholarships in 2022. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer to see the scholarships you may qualify for.
Look at all those snacks. I did just pay 60% less for my ticket with the Game Time app. It's the best place to get last-minute deals on tickets. I guess I'm just a better fan than you.
I gotta get the Game Time app.
Download the Game Time app and use promo code VIVA to get $20 off your first purchase.
Register your little angel for the 2024 Junior Angels Kids Club presented by OC Waste and Recycling. Members receive 4 ticket vouchers, a bag, t-shirts, and more for only $20 plus shipping. Become a member at angels.com/juniorangels. And there are plenty of them here tonight as Adam Simber gets the ball in the top of the 7th now with the lead. Trying to hold it for Reid Detmers, who struck out 12 and was nasty through 6 innings tonight. Tyler O'Neill 0 for 1, looks at strike 1 from Simber.
What a great game by Reid Detmers tonight. Wow, 12 punch-outs tying the career high. And then as a hitter now, you got to deal with this arm angle from Adam Simber.
And there's a strike. One ball, 2 strikes on O'Neill. And Simber misses upstairs. Simber feels healthy compared to where he was last year. The results so far have been pretty good. Kind of crossed up O'Hoppe.
That was
couldn't quite frame it.
If he had been able to frame that correctly there, I think he gets him. After catching Detmers all day long, he was not anticipating bringing that back. That's a perfect 2-seamer.
Hit hard, but Neto grabs it on a hop. A good throw to retire Tyler O'Neill.
That's that glove hand side there, the work he's been put into. Also got a lot on that throw too. Kind of reminds me of the late great Tony Fernandez. He was with the Blue Jays. Able to get to that glove side and be able to flip that ball quickly on the transfer over to first base. He was an excellent shortstop.
So with the right-hander now on the mound, Bobby Dahlbeck gets lifted for a pinch hitter, and it's Masataka Yoshida. Yoshida hitting .241 to start the year. Turns away from that first pitch. Last year, Yoshida had very aggressive home road splits. He was quite good at Fenway, but on the road, he wasn't quite the same. Playing in his first year in the major leagues in the U.S. after all those years in Japan. And now Simber does hit Yoshida with a pitch. We almost got him the first time, and the second time he clanks him. So the Red Sox have the tying run on base.
Yeah, this ends up throwing that little slider, gets him right on the elbow. And that arm angle, if you're just a little bit quick, and that front shoulder opens up quicker than normal, you're going to have that weigh in on the left-handed batter. So after all night long catching all those great pitches, all 4 pitches working for Reid Detmers, now you got a completely different look behind the plate for Logan O'Hoppe.
Count is nothing on Tristan Casas, who steps into the box after Yoshida was hit. And now ball 1 to Casas, who struck out both times against Detmers. Detmers fanned a dozen, and he deserves to win this game. The Angels have given him a lead now, taking him off the hook. He was trailing after he threw his last pitch. There's a strike from Simber.
Great spot. See, it's a difficult transition so quickly for a catcher too behind the plate, so it's a different movement on the baseball. Logan O'Hoppe's done a nice job as far as learning quickly. You know, he's better now, trying to bring that one back in. A little bit too far off the plate, though, but tried to bring that in and steal the strike.
So 2 balls and a strike now on Casas. Ball 3, that one not close. So after Simber got the first out, he's been wild to the 2 lefties. He hit Yoshida and he's fallen behind Casas. Right-handed batter Rafaela was due up next, but the Red Sox pulled him from the on-deck circle. As there's ball 4, so Casas.
Well, he thought it was ball 4, but that got the lower part of the strike zone.
Alex Cora found that hard to believe too. And look where Ohapi. That was the issue, was that Ohapi was way outside and the ball curved over the inner half. So
that got a lot of the plate too.
Still 3-2. It's Wilyer Abreu who is in the on-deck circle. So he would bat in place of Rafaela if the Red Sox feel that's what they want to do after this at bat with Casas. Imagine the Angels are saving up Matt Moore for the 8th inning of this game, and Carlos Estevez would be ready for the 9th if it goes the way Ron Washington would like it to. I don't know what Casas is doing. He's got to get in the box here at some point. There he is, just in time after standing outside the box for several seconds. Swing and a miss. Simber comes back to strike out Casas.
Yeah, he had that little fade to his sinker, just a little off the plate, gets the punch out. Mention that quick learning experience for Logan Ohapi with a different arm angle. And right away, he's getting right back to that good spot there to be able to get that pitch exactly where he wanted him to throw it.
2 outs. Rafaela is due up, but it will be Wilyer Abreu to pinch hit. And as is customary when a pinch hitter arrives, pitching coach goes out for a refresher over the scouting report. Abreu batting for Rafaela. The Red Sox want the lefty up there, and Abreu from Venezuela has had limited big league time.
He's his first pitch swing percentage about 24%. And when you're coming off the bench, that seems to that'll rise up a little bit. A lot of times guys coming off the bench will swing at the first pitch.
Takes ball 1, that one not in a hittable area. Abreu did pretty well last year when he was at the big league level at .316 in 28 games. He's 2 for 13 to start this year, and he has some power at 22 homers in the minor leagues last year. Simber gets a swing and a miss.
Changed speeds a little with his slider too. That was him drifting in there at 75. He got up there at 82 with his slider.
Two balls, 1 strike. It's Connor Wong, a right-handed batter on deck. Red Sox have somewhat emptied their bench with the 2 lefties batting in this inning against Adam Simber. And there's a long fly, center field. It looks playable for Mike Trout. He's there. He's got it. Adam Simber puts up a 0 and holds the lead in the 7th.
Through HIMSS, hundreds of thousands of men have gotten help for their ED. That's a lot more confidence for you and satisfaction for your partner. At HIMSS.com, you can connect with a licensed medical provider who can personalize treatment from a range of options for as little as $2 a dose. If prescribed, treatment ships right to you. The process is 100% online and 100% discreet. Treat ED with doctor-trusted medication. Get started today at HIMSS.com.
This is Fubo. It's a better way to watch ESPN and other top sports networks. Plus, get coverage of your local teams all year long. Try free at FuboTV.com.
I was paying for my ex's wine club membership for months before I caught it. After we broke up, I forgot all about it, but my credit card did not. That's why I downloaded Rocket Money, an app that shows you all your subscriptions in one place, and any you don't want, you cancel right in the app. Raise a glass to smarter spending and download Rocket Money today.
We're back
before getting on the field.
Let me bring up a couple of numbers, too.
Teams get hot, teams get cold.
I check out off base.
This guy's stuff-wise, big-time stuff.
You had your pick.
Off Base, only on MLB Network.
Simmer in the 7th inning, getting out of that half inning. He's excited, we're excited, but nobody's more excited than Adam Simber. Look at these aggressive high fives going down the dugout. Gooby, you ever seen high fives so aggressive coming out of the game?
Timber on that one going in there high-fiving. He's got some energy.
Almost took some heads off with those high fives, but the whole team loving it down there in the Angels dugout.
Usually you see pitchers try to go their non-throwing hand, but he was using the throwing hand to do those high fives.
It's charged up after a scoreless top of the 7th. And Taylor Ward fouls off the first pitch in the bottom of the inning against Justin Slayton, new pitcher for the Red Sox, who made his major league debut last weekend. Isaiah Campbell worked a third of an inning, allowed a few base runners.
Maybe end up breaking the bat towards the end of it.
Willie Abreu stays in the game to play right field. Tyler O'Neill moves to left field, and Duran takes over in center field after Rafaela left the game. Well, we found something from April 6, 1984, Gooby's major league debut, as the Royals played Cleveland that night, and there it is, the ticket. What was it, about $1.25 to get into the yard that night?
25-cent hot dogs too.
No doubt. Was that in Kansas City or Cleveland?
It was in Kansas City.
Oh, so you got to have the fountains behind you there.
Oh yeah,
that's good. 1 ball, 1 strike on Taylor Ward.
The best was the announcer that day. The PA announcer the night before said making his debut was Mark Gazuba. And then Dick Hauser, the manager, just jumped on the phone. He goes, "Say his name right," and then he slammed it down, and the phone broke in the dugout. I was like, "All right, he's got my back."
Well, that's a nice vote of confidence
Yes.
from an all-time great manager. Dick Hauser managing the Royals to that World Championship in 1985. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Taylor Ward. Bounced in there from
That's
Slayton.
another long at bat.
It's been quite a scene from the Angels batters tonight, really making these Red Sox pitchers work. You know, that's coming from the tutelage of Johnny Washington and Tim Laker, the new hitting coaches for the Angels. Ward couldn't hold up, would have been ball 4, but he strikes out.
You have to be impatient on the pitch before. Got a little aggressive. I think he was anticipating a fastball, but you're not going to see a lot of fastballs thrown from this Red Sox staff.
Now the Red Sox starting pitchers had walked only 3 batters in their first 7 games. And yet so far in the first 2 games of this series, they've walked 7. Still haven't bursted through offensively in this one, but the Angels did get a couple of unearned runs in the bottom of the 6th to take the lead. Halos have left 10 men on base, as they've had many opportunities slip away, including a couple of nice defensive plays by Boston fielders. Big hack by Hicks, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Haven't seen Hicks do much damage yet from the left side of the plate. He was pretty active from the right side in the Miami series. Two balls, 2 strikes. Somebody just tweeted at us an artist rendition of your major league debut, and it's really spectacularly done. Vintage baseball looks like to me. 2 words.
That's a good take. Whew, that's 97. See many 4-seam fastballs. Red Sox pitching. That was a good 4-seam fastball. That was true, and that's just a little bit below the strike zone. Yeah, just barely.
Swing and a miss. So back-to-back strikeouts for Slayton.
Back with a cutter after that 4-seam fastball below the hands. Anytime you make a good pitch like you did the pitch before, just miss, hear the oohs and the ahs in the crowd, you're more apt as a hitter to expand your strike zone and go a little bit below, and that's exactly what happened to Aaron Hicks.
Here's O'Hoppe. Slayton pumps in strike 1. Slayton is from Texas, 6'4". He was a draft pick of the Rangers in 2019. Worked 3 2/3 scoreless innings in his first 3 outings. Has a save already in his major league career. He strikes out the side here in the bottom of the 7th. The Angels still hold a 1-run lead.
It's time for MLB Pitch, Hit, and Run, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Host a local event and give kids in your community a chance to compete in the Pitch, Hit, and Run finals at the 2024 MLB World Series. Sign up for free at pitchhitrun.com.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high.
There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
Outstanding tonight. 12 strikeouts matched his career high. He is our Arco top-tier play.
I really love the fact that of those 12 strikeouts, he used all 4 pitches to get a punch out, or 2 or 3 in the game with his 4-seam fastball, his curveball, his changeup, and his slider. Locked in. Now 19 strikeouts in 11 innings pitched. His first 2 starts of the season.
Now Matt Moore, as the Angels will use a familiar formula, at least try to, in their effort to steer this one into the garage tonight. It's a 2-1 lead, and it's Moore for the 8th inning. Certainly would be Estevez for the 9th if the save situation is intact. As the Angels try to even up this series at a game apiece after a tough loss yesterday. Back in 4th game. Wave and a miss by Connor Wong on the first pitch.
Such a good changeup, Wayne. He has at arm speed. He can still get 93, 95 with his fastball, with his curveball and slider. But his changeup is a pitch he loves to throw a lot.
He has typically been able to get lefties and righties out no problem because of his repertoire on the mound, and a long-time starter and a very good one at that. At the major league level, had some really good years as a big league starter in Tampa Bay. Pretty good one with the Giants as well along the way.
Separation, good separation of speeds. His changeup 83 to 93 on the fastball. Loves to go to his changeup for a strikeout.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Wong, who has scored the only Red Sox run tonight, doubled in the 3rd. It's the only extra base hit in this game, and it was a hustle double at that. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the Boston catcher. Shares that duty with Reese McGuire, who hit a home run yesterday. Red Sox just getting by with these two who not shown much offense at the major league level, but pretty good defenders as Wong hits a fly ball to left field. Waiting for it, Taylor Ward, and there's the first out here in the 8th inning. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. 1 out, and here's the number 9 batter, Enmanuel Valdez.
Pretty healthy hack first pitch.
It was. Valdez could only foul it off.
It's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Saw that last night from him.
Valdez just 4 hits so far, one of them a home run. He's 0 for 2 tonight.
It's that knuckle curve. He's trying to get that feel back where he had such a dominant season a couple years ago out of the bullpen for the Rangers with his knuckle curve.
Two balls and a strike. It was the changeup. As you said, that was really the bread and butter pitch last year. Now, the year before was the curveball. Moore had a very good season for the Texas Rangers in 2022.
It's virtually unhittable a couple years ago. Made a quick adjustment. The first one he threw there to Valdez was up and in, and then he overcompensated. He ended up hitting that right in the dirt.
Fly ball left center field. Mike Trout moves over. He's camped under it. A couple of fly ball outs for Matt Moore to start the 8th inning.
It was good seeing Trout today during batting practice. He was fielding the baseball in live batting practice to read off the bat today. You see that too often for many outfielders. They usually go in there and get their swings and they're done, but he was out there fielding live batting practice to get a read instead of just the normal fungos the hitters hit, the coaches hit. He was reading off the bat. He was outs above average last season for Trout, +4.
Strike 1 to Duran. He has an RBI single tonight. Jarren Duran has been off to a blooming start for the Red Sox. 14 hits, 6 steals, and a big home run yesterday. But he couldn't hold his swing there, and he's behind 0-2.
Yeah, he definitely went after that one. That was the knuckle curve. That's the good, sharp knuckle curve.
This has been a well-pitched game for the Angels so far through 7 2/3 innings. 13 strikeouts, only 1 walk, and only 1 run allowed on 3 hits between Detmers for 6 innings, Simber in the 7th, and Matt Moore the first 2 outs here in the 8th. And it just missed.
Back to it again. He's got some really good spin rate on his knuckle curve today. But 25.89, well above average. That's getting that feel back for that knuckle curve, which could be an effective pitch for him.
Ball hit hard towards center. Trout got a good jump. He races back. He's near the wall. He leaps. He makes the catch. Mike Trout up against the wall. Robs Duran of extra bases.
You put in the work, you make the play. Trout reads it up against the wall. Great play by Mike Trout.
It gentlemen, the boys of summer are back.
Baseball is just seconds away.
And a high fly ball to deep right
Across hometowns big and small, we play the game with our own special flavor. Because only here are the best seats in the house. Found in lawn chairs and lazy rivers. Where future stars hone their craft. Where the bat boys are also good boys. And teams have their very own roller coasters, Ferris wheels, and islands. Because only in minor league baseball can you experience the game you know and love like this.
Corey Seager, all eyes on him.
He's ready to go. He's aggressive.
Here's a dude that swings 52% of the time on first pitches.
Corey Seager smashes a ball.
The ability to be able to come together and compete every night. You know, that's what it's all about at this point for me.
Corey Seager does it again.
This guy is doing it all. He's hitting bombs all the time.
Mike Trout going up against the fence in straightaway center field to take an extra base hit away from Jarren Duran, approved by one of the GOATs in that regard, Torrey Hunter.
Yeah, no, Trout had to love that going in there to seeing his former teammate. What a play that was, up against the wall, under control. Knows exactly where the wall is, times the leap, makes contact with a great play by Trout.
Duran smacked one out to straightaway center yesterday on a ball that really just carried right out.
That's a pretty good pop, and we know how fast he is.
Cypress High School and Long Beach State University, Jarren Duran. He's had a good series so far. Couldn't get that one to fall against Matt Moore and Mike Trout.
84% hit probability on that when Trout runs it down, though. Torrey Hunter one time told me he'd much rather rob a home run than hit one. I was waiting for him to laugh, but he didn't.
Think about that incredible scene with Torrey Hunter trying to rob David Ortiz of a home run at Fenway in the playoffs, and Hunter going heels overhead to do so. It was really an unbelievable moment.
When robbing Barry Bonds in the All-Star game in Milwaukee.
Yeah, that was an incredible catch. And blame Torrey Hunter for that game finishing tied. Renifo strikes out. Slayton struck out all four batters that he has faced.
He's got a good breaking ball going long with. He can rush that fastball. He's touched 97 too. Cutter.
The Angels trying to split the first two games of this series. The finale tomorrow afternoon. It would chase Silseth. There's a fly ball from Moniak. This one playable in center field for Duran. Silseth against Tanner Houck tomorrow. 2 up, 2 down here in the 8th. Estevez will pitch the 9th inning. Try to lock it down, although Devers will be due second in the 9th inning. Tyler O'Neill will bat third, so it won't be easy for Estevez against the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Boston. That's why closers get the bid bugs.
Yes.
Zach Neto has a couple of hits tonight. Angels have left 10 men on base. They've had a lot of base runners. Just 2 unearned runs, though. 0-1 to Neto. Angels trying to improve to 5-3, trying to halt the Red Sox 6-game winning streak. You know, Boston has not lost a game yet in which they have scored first, as they did tonight. And that's the only run they've put together against Reid Detmers and 2 relievers, Adam Cimber and Matt Moore. broken bat, so Neto needs a new one against Slayton, who has shut down the Angels offense since entering last inning. Struck out the first 4, and then finally Moniak put one in play. One ball, 2 strikes. What are you seeing from Slayton?
I mean, he's hiding the baseball well. He's separation between his sweeper velocity and his fastball. Obviously, the hitters don't have a whole lot of information on him. I haven't seen him yet. I'll tell you what, he's pretty impressive. Even watching him, if you're on deck circle in a dugout, it's still hard to pick up the baseball. He's right in the back hip, and then boom, it's on you.
Missed with that fastball, 96. Slayton with a good arm. This guy's seemingly come out of nowhere, 26 years old.
Imagine he might see a sweeper here now.
Slayton was a Rule 5 pick, selected by the Mets, and then he was traded to the Red Sox. So the Rule 5 rules still apply even after a trade. After what we've seen here tonight in the first 4 outings for Slayton, I'm sure Boston would like to keep him around.
Another long at bat for an Angels hitter today.
And it ends with strike 3. Slayton with 5 strikeouts in 2 innings. So the Angels lead is maintained at 2-1. Carlos Estevez will try to save it.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
What an exciting time.
Stand up,
Together.
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 We're back.
Before getting on the field, let me bring up a couple of numbers, too.
Teams get hot, teams get cold.
I check out off base.
This guy's stuff-wise, big-time stuff.
You had your pick.
Off Base, only on MLB Network.
Can't recall another baseball game where emotions ran so high. There it is! Fly ball to deep right field. It's out of here! It's gonna go!
What a play by Aaron Judge!
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Carlos Estevez to try to save a 2-1 game in the top of the 9th.
And always important for Estevez to be able to locate his fastball. He loves to run it upstairs, but it's got to be above that strike zone upstairs, but also has a changeup, which has been good, in his slider. The commanding and hitting his spots with his fastball, and he's worked on a lot. He's worked at a lot in spring training and carried into the season. Back to Hyundai Key for the game today. You're going to go far, kid. Well, the kids have been big tonight. Logan Hoppy behind the plate catching Reid Detmers, who's been outstanding, was outstanding with 12 strikeouts. Zach Neto also a couple hits with the kids. Real far here tonight as Logan Hoppy tries to navigate Carlos Estevez through this victory here tonight if he can.
Pinch hitter for Boston starts the top of the 9th inning. It's Reese McGuire batting for Pablo Reyes.
You guys they got on this roster. They use a lot of pinch hitters.
This is the 3rd left-handed pinch hitter we have seen in the last few innings from Boston. McGuire hit a home run yesterday, and that slider is over for a strike. They might have to get creative in the bottom of the ninth with their defensive alignment. They do have David Hamilton on the bench. He was added to the roster today. They flew him in when they saw Trevor Story go down last night, and fearing there would be an IL stint for Story, Hamilton was brought in from AAA, so he is here, and the Red Sox have one more man on the bench. Swing and a miss on the fastball, 1-2.
Slider down, low to mid 80s, and then that four-seam fastball, exactly where he wants to throw it. 96.
Good cut. McGuire's had some vicious hacks at fastball so far in this series. Homered off of Canning last night, facing Estevez tonight. That's bounced in there. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Right idea. Just muscled up just enough on to get it out of the strike zone.
Estevez saved 31 last year, 4th most in the American League. That's in there, strike 3 call.
That four-seamer had some ride on the inside part of the plate. Just rides in there, catches the corner. What a spot. You see that ride of that fastball in our StatCast in 3D. That's a good vision of that one, Howard. It rides and stays true.
Ball 1 to Rafael Devers. Now the danger in the Boston lineup. Devers, O'Neill back-to-back here against Estevez with 1 out. Devers 1 for 3 tonight. And it was his error that gave the Angels their 2 runs. Misplaying a ball off the bat of Anthony Rendon in the 6th. That's how the Angels took the lead. The ever dangerous Devers at the plate in a 1-run game. Swing and a miss.
Challenge. That had some ride again at 97.
Tyler O'Neill, a homer twice yesterday on deck. Devers, who hit over 30 for the 3rd time in his career last season, at the plate. And he takes ball 3.
Pitch. That was real close to being a strike. It was been called the entire night.
96 on that fastball from Estevez that just missed. 3 balls, 1 strike on Devers. O'Neill behind him. There's a high pop-up out of play.
Challenged him.
Yeah, he sure did. Estevez 2 for 2 in save tries so far, trying to make it 3 for 3. If he can, they'll discuss it on Angels Live postgame, presented by OC Navigator, coming up next. He was 23 out of 23 to start last year. Tough task here in the top of the 9th with a 1-run lead. And Rafael Devers at the plate with a count 3-2. Fly ball toward the left field line. Taylor Ward moving over in fair territory, makes the catch.
A dangerous hitter he got out there. Good pitch. Went back to a 97-mile-an-hour four-seamer.
2 outs, and now Tyler O'Neill, who had 2 home runs last night, stands in here. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Red Sox have not had a hit since Devers singled to lead off the 4th inning. Swing and a miss. Boston's been held to a run on 3 hits by Detmers, Simber, Moore, and Estevez. Strike 2. High pop-up. Playable perhaps. Rendon in foul territory. Makes the catch. Say goodnight to the Red Sox. The Angels get a quality win. Kamehameha from Carlos Estevez for the save.
Oh, that was awesome. What a performance on the mound throughout the entire game. Reid Detmers dominated, picks up the W, now 2-0. Great play by Mike Trout out in center field. Simber, Moore, Estevez closed the door.
Good win for the ball club tonight.
Yes, beat Boston, who's been playing great baseball after last night. Ron Washington, got it. Get down in that glove. Yes. And that's a high five there to Mary Enright. What a job he did with the staff. Carlos Estevez.
Quality win for the Angels in this ball game. They beat the Red Sox 2-1. Estevez gets his third save, and Reid Detmers a well-deserved win. He struck out 12 in 6 innings. He pitched great tonight.
Oh, he was unbelievable how good his command was at all 4 pitches. You don't see that too often, having all 4 working, but he had all 4 working today.
A huge crowd here at Angel Stadium enjoying the victory as the Angels defeat the Boston Red Sox here this evening. And now a 5-3 start to the year. The Angels will have a chance to win this series tomorrow afternoon. Estevez a 1-2-3 top of the 9th, and he's standing by with Erica Weston.
Very much, Esty. Congratulations on another save to start this season. This has been some pitching performance for your team tonight. It's been fun to watch the bullpen come together to start the year. How much fun is it to be a part of right now?
I mean, it's been great so far. We're attacking the games we could attack, and I mean, today, Detmers, oh my God, what a performance. And you know, the bullpen great, came in and closed the door, and we kept got me that save, and let's celebrate it. We got another win.
Watching Detmers down in the bullpen, it's been 2 starts for him. He's got 2 wins to start the year. What did you guys talk about watching him deal tonight on the mound?
I mean, Detmers that present on the mound, and it's amazing to see him going this way, and hopefully get to see that throughout the whole season, and we can keep it right there for him because he's living his spirit out there, you know, everything out there, and that's great to see.
One more, Esty. Is there a new Dragon Ball Z celebration on the mound after you close it out?
Yeah, there is. We're throwing a Kamehameha every time we finish a game, and I think, you know, a nerd, forever a nerd, and who cares? Let's do it.
Oh, we love it. Thanks for the time. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys.
Well, the halo shines brightly tonight after the Angels score a 2-1 win against the Boston Red Sox. The Angels getting a great pitching performance tonight. A happy manager as they have taken Game 2 of this series. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a moment.